So for this Jim Crow idea,
I'm telling you, I'm not going to ruin the punchline for the folks at home, so you'll get so they won't just immediately bypass your one. So, but go with my idea. I won't steer you wrong.
Just discussing
do
different
that.
ideas for Jim Crow, it seems.
yes.
Hello.
Jim Crow's Yes Arcanum. Steal a joke from Han. Anyway, hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls, to another episode of Rolling in the Isles with this episode 42. Here there be monsters. Oh boy. You know when you put something in a campaign and you think to yourself, this will be fine. As long as they don't as long as they don't trigger this effect in the worst possible place. So here we are at the worst possible place.
Yay! Let's go.
The party, already under attack by an assassin, have accidentally stumbled across the fact that a good chunk of magical items in this game have hidden functions. Because that's how I roll. I'm always a big fan of having a magical item have some kind of haptic thing about it. You know, something that if you mess about with it long enough, you might stumble across some hidden function. Unfortunately, the one they picked to accidentally perfectly activate the secondary effect was one of the bad ones.
Yay.
Now, under normal circumstances, this wouldn't be too bad, you know. Well, who would like to recount last week before we get too ahead of ourselves? And those that do will get more leniency and are more likely to survive what's about to unfold. So a bit of enthusiasm may go a bit further. Well, by the way, those at home, I've managed to fix my microphone. It turns out that my mic, after an update, had reset itself to 27% volume. As a result, I'm now much louder.
I was wondering why you were so obnoxiously loud at the beginning, because I had you at 200%.
Instead of just regularly obnoxious like usual.
Exactly.
That's a good obnoxious.
Normally, I'm so quiet, it's like a struggle to hear me, even at the best times. But now there's no more running away. Now there's no more escaping. So who would like to recount last week as I drink my drink?
I'll do it. It's funny that you called that you knew everybody had you on 200%.
They always do. They always do.
Last time on Rolling in the Isles, we were in the middle of going through the caverns when the party got separated in two. Eventually, the party was able to rejoin with the help of the earthen sprites. I'm calling them earthen sprites, Bill. I can't be bothered. The earthen sprites.
Substratal's a bit wordy, I must admit.
Upon which the party, due to the extremely good hearing of the ghost and skeleton duo, realized that they were being followed and immediately ran as what chased them gave chase down the halls. We then came to a half-completed door for a supply line, but it appeared that the line wasn't so much non-used and non-functioning as it was abandoned. Before which, an assassin that is manipulating its shadow in the water began to assault the party. Upon doing so, most of the party was magnetized to the door as a happenstance of the side effect of Han's magic, and because of the weed wizard effect of everybody being stoked because the skeleton really doesn't like being down here, upon which the skeleton and the ghost attempted to hatch a plan to try and get everybody safe while the party was being assailed by said assassin. In the middle of the cooking, that was my turn, the skeleton turned face and started enacting the plan to attempt a counterattack to establish the true position of the assassin. Part of the plan which involved using Mark and his belt as part of an immediate attack involving a very quick use of rope trick, upon which the activation effect happened mid-flight.
And what was heard was, "Who the H-E devil fuck are you? Why do you have my belt? Why am I awake again?" Where in the Jiminy fuck am I? And this happens as you're facing down this creature. A noble's garb-clad machine of some kind. An advanced mechanical clockwork construct. With what appears to be some rather sharp claws and a very long, thin needle in its elbow.
It looks like a Moonwalker Spider-Man or something.
I'm very
Some of
sorry.
Warbeck's...
Bill. Oh, it does look like one of those new Spider-Man.
Don't worry. I'm not...
It's from the Michael Jackson universe where everyone is Michael Jackson.
I like it. I like it.
I don't know, it's just cool.
In this house, we all like Kamen Rider Demons. He is literally the best design in all of Reverse, and anyone who says otherwise is lying to themselves. Even Imperial Demons isn't that good looking. But
he's indeed a smooth gangster.
Be that as it may. We are currently, I believe, mid-turn.
Yes.
Yes, you cut it off after the belt started speaking.
Oh no, it's not the belt. It's a voice in the back of Armand's head.
Yes. The character is currently possessed by the creature belt.
It's when you activate the belt, it jumps the host.
Alright, a possessed Armand.
See, this is the thing about ghosts. It doesn't matter how many layers of possessions there are, you can keep stacking them. As case by Armand, who normally has about 500 people. What's one more?
Yeah.
Well, it's a danger is what it is.
Extremely. He is currently only 2 ghosts. Where's my generator?
3 is the magic number.
Trying to find that generated picture I made, but I'm having difficulty finding it. Pictures, rather. Because he's jumping directly into his mindscape.
Okay. So before we go mindscape side, this was okay, you were going by on your rope trick, which was coiling itself in and activate the belt, thus the transfer occurred.
Mm-hmm.
The front face of the belt that Comrade is currently wearing starts spiraling with new numbers, some of which don't make any sense or make your eyes itch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me upload those into a table for you so you can switch between them. I'll load those when we have a lull, if we do.
Have a little lull.
Do you still have those first 2 character versions that I gave you?
They should be in here. Yes, the one with the eye focus and one with the hair focus, so to speak.
Yeah.
I'll put those in the pile with the others. I'll be careful not to upload too many things in this folder. It's also where I've got a picture of Ed Miliband from a joke I made on Twitter. Because I said that Rishi Sunak looks like Ed Miliband in blackface, and I'm sorry, he does. They look the exact fucking same. They look alike. They do. They've got the same physiognomy. It's bewildering.
Yeah, he only needs to eat 1 bacon sandwich, and that's it.
It's like Ghost and Goblins. All the armor pops off.
Also, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Gas Mask Bro is sending a reminder that the 24 hours teleport is nearly up.
Oh no.
As he can't make it today, so he wanted to remind you.
Yeah. So there was I believe, a Han roll in effect that was after 24 hours you teleport to, I believe, a random location, if memory serves.
Oh no.
I don't remember. Perhaps Cold Womack does, because he actually pays attention, unlike some of us.
And he's also not some variation of like working in some kind of horrendous field or being a non-functioning alcoholic.
Oy.
I think it was a dice roll that determined what gender was getting teleported.
No, I think it's something else. Is that when we were teleported to a garden shop?
Warmick will have to give me a nudge in a moment. When it's coming up, it's not right on us at the moment. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe you were. I'm not sure which direction you were advancing with the rope trick at present, but yeah, you've now found yourself with an extra like hanger on, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And it's as if it's a very. It's as if the voice itself is projected into the what would be the bones of your ear if you had any bones in your ears, of course, being a ghost, but from a great distance.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of those CIA like laser microphones that just beams the words and like, literally just beams the audio into your head by vibrating your skull. That's a thing that they have, by the way.
Oh.
A little sketchy. Thanks, security industries. But that said, it's as if it's from every periphery of your perception. Like it's a 360-degree field, like a bubble around your person, even from beyond the walls, just churning inwards and humming inside of your, in this case, ethereal skull.
In mid-flight, both of them begin to exclaim the words, "Not again!"
That's right, bitch. It's getting crowded in here, isn't it?
At which point, the Ludum will then say directly to Neri, "Excuse me, I have a problem to deal with. Once he gets closer, I need you to pull up and back on this rope." At which point, you then hear a deep sound as he retracts himself back inside of his own mind. However, since you're connected to the network, Neri can hear the voice too. So
oh, right, I did say yeah to that. Okay, all right, so do I have a basic idea of what your plan is then?
The rope trick is currently coiling at a speed of, what was my math? I still have the calculator open. Cool. Is currently coiling towards the steel door at a speed of 270 feet of rope being pulled, 30 feet of rope at a time by the rope trick.
One moment. Just in from Zamas for $20 saying, punishment for Han for not writing down important stuff. Lose all benefits of the quickening while in the Underdark.
Oh.
Oh well.
Well, glad he tried to hit your spine last session, not this session. Well.
God damn. Okay, I've got a reasoning for this. As a,
I mean, it could be the
happens, I had some ideas of mine. No, don't worry. Don't worry. I've got an idea for this one. It just means that he's going to get bonuses on it. Yeah,
Your divine light has been severed. As an additional comment.
I was not excited. Fucking cruelty squad references in this day and age. Jesus Christ.
It's because Pyrocynical released that new video.
God
I
damn
did
it.
not need to see Pyrocynical in a bodysuit.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know about that. What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. How long? Oh yeah, it's 4.5 hours. I have it in my queue.
Oh. I mean, I was gonna say, you're gonna watch 4.5 hours of Pyro in a bodysuit, then I just realized, oh, I will, so.
At least you know yourself. It's like if I release a 4-hour review on Wednesday, I'll be like, is this really what I want to do for content? And then I'll look at myself. I'll be like, yeah.
Chad, yes.
At least it's not Sabrina. Sabrina was worse.
Oh yeah, Carl, someone is asking how the inert piece of rope is being catapulted.
The rope is under the effects of rope trick, but it only applies to the first 30 feet of length that is attached to the rope. So the rope is being manually controlled at the command end and is being pulled in from that, since the rest of the rope is connected to the magical piece of rope. As it's being pulled in with the length of rope into the interdimensional space that is also inside of the opening of the bag of holding, the rest of the rope obeys basic laws because it's still rope that's being pulled like once. But once the rest of the rope is within the command a distance of 30 feet. The remaining 30 feet of rope can be used under the effects of rope trick.
Oh, I just assumed you were moving like the controlled end
No,
around
that
in
was-
the 3-dimensional space.
Yes.
That was way more.
So rather than
complicated.
shifting the command region, it's actually just dragging the existing command region around that extra-dimensional space, thus displacing the length of rope.
Yes. It's
And because the
basically
weight becomes in exponential spaces, there's a massive weight differential. It just
Mm-hmm. It's basically pulling the coil of rope into the interdimensional space, but anything outside of the interdimensional space is counted as the command region, since the command region originates from the opening of the bag. People who love to play anti-mages, this spell is made for you. You just have to actually learn geography and a little bit of trigonometry.
What a wonderful day without using Sin Causal 10.
Man, fuck that. I had to do it for
I haven't even
test.
started with the pie mechanics build. Don't tempt me. That's for 7th level.
May the gods have mercy upon our miserable excuses for souls. But be that as it may, back in the woolly tunnel.
No, not in the woolly hole.
Welcome to the woolly hole. But yeah, those of you who are still in the tunnel are essentially just witnessing Armand. Are you piecing into the actual extra-dimensional space itself?
The skeleton is currently standing still with its eyes blacked out, and as he takes a full gasp of air and begins to fade into the interdimensional space directly, Miri can feel his presence weaken but not entirely leave. Kind of like a breath on the back of her neck.
So, any particular in terms of any physical displacement, are both yourself and the skeleton within the portable, let's call it hammer space?
The skeleton is actually he's outside of the bag still.
He's outside, but his presence is diminished due to the mindscape stuff.
It's more like his presence has been pulled out of the skeleton.
Okay, so it's just skeleton rules at this point.
Yes.
Alrighty dokie. We got another animating force acting on the skeleton at present, or is the skeleton just bone at this point?
The skeleton is just bone, but being held up by the ectoplasm.
Okay, so it's glued together at the corners at least.
Yes.
So we've got myofiber. Gotcha. Okay. Battletech references aside. Okay. With that done, is there anything particularly you'd like to do this turn, like mindscape or physical?
Mindscape.
Okay. And any particular actions in the mindscape? Because there are specific rules for it. Essentially, you are within your mental realm here. I've actually quickly thrown together a little thing for it. Might be a bit different to what you might expect. Those of you who watch some of the other series might recognize this house.
Wow.
Fun fact, this is a house locally. It's called the Chain House. It's haunted as shit.
Why is it called the Chain House, Bill?
It's got chains out front.
It's not that complicated, I guess.
We didn't own slaves, we shipped guns. There's a difference.
What happened in the Chain House, Bill?
I don't know, some really heinous shit from what I've been told.
Do they do
no
tours though? We can go to a spooky, scary place.
Literally no one who's ever stayed there has stayed there more than a single night.
I wasn't saying stay there for night, just go in for the day or something.
I'm sure they do tours anymore. They used to.
Airbnb, but don't mention anything
They
about
probably
its
have.
history.
Oof.
No, it's the only appeal bit. It's quite a nice place from what I've been told, but it's just not a place you can. I don't think the insurance covers it anymore.
Where's this folder that you put my pictures, Bill?
Oh yeah, I need to get that. I still need to upload them.
Okay.
Give me a take. So what do I have 2 copies of that one? Takes a while to upload on this system.
Carl, so the rope trick
Yes.
is in the bag, right?
The rope trick originates from the opening of the bag.
Okay.
Because the way that rope trick works, it creates an interdimensional space that is the origin point for where the rope comes from. But the origin point is outside of the bag of holding. Basically, covering the opening itself. So if you looked at it straight on, it'd be like looking at originating black hole where the rope would come from. But the length of rope itself is being spooled inside of the bag as well, because it's pulling that length basically from a wormhole point to another wormhole point. So it's like if you had a wormhole that allows you to enclose that distance of hammer space, it's pulling that rope from there back into the bag.
But wouldn't it cancel
Imagine
each
someone-
other out since there's a 3-foot by 5-foot window where the rope is centered?
Not if it's directly in front of the bag. Otherwise, the bag would explode.
Not necessarily. The rope trick would
I'm-
just stop, I think.
I will say this. Magiphysics is not a realm I'm getting into. I refuse to break out a fucking protractor for a fucking tabletop game on principle. I'll leave that to the people in my chat who are friends with like petro engineers and weird shit like that. Goodness me. Okay, so I set up the table. What would you like? How would you
also-
like to address the?
Bill, you should have
My
received a
space.
DM from Cold War Mag in regards to the one curse.
Yeah. Accent 6762. God bless that man. He is single-handedly keeping this shit together.
Thank you, Cold War Mag.
Very cool.
Yeah. Cold War Mech, the only other note taker other than myself.
Yeah,
I
now you
tried
will
to
take
keep
notes.
the stream running, so I can't.
Oh, is that teleportation effect? Oh, it's about to get way worse. Okay.
Oh no.
How the hell is that name spelled again? I'm dreadful with this kind of thing. Oh, it is spelled like the food.
Hmm.
So, how would you like to address the void?
Both of them.
Hello.
Both of them are going to pop in to their void space, usually looking like themselves, as they choose to present themselves to the party. Still trying to find this folder.
Yeah, I need to set up the. I'm setting up a table that you can cycle through the different personas,
Okay.
depending on which one is dominant. And Blue Man Group is the last one.
Okay.
I'm
And
going to
then
just put cursory.
And they look at each other, and they generally dust each other off. Are you really going to go in there looking like that? No, I did not think I would. When was the last time you got possessed like this? Upon which both of them will look at each other and be like, you want to take these fucking things off? He thinks about it. And Loon responds, sure, why not? The rest of them I'm going to see.
Okay, let me just set this up for you. If I know about this ahead of time, I got it to sort out ahead of time too. But still, it is. Also, you're losing your border privileges.
Like,
You selected token.
Okay. You confused me, Bill.
You're now France. You've lost your border privileges.
Did we ever really have border privileges? Because
You're
Macron
not
seems to
France.
think
They
we
have
didn't.
let out lions onto the street. Good luck.
Oh.
Yeah, they let out like zebras, lions, ostriches, like a bunch of fucking zoo animals.
Really?
Godspeed, France. At least
Going
the
great.
French people.
Look.
Good luck.
The French zoo the Parisian zoo is notoriously ginormous and full of insanely dangerous animals.
I remember when
Yeah.
that happened back in like 2010 in Ohio, because where else? Where there was this
Okay,
guy.
before we digress,
Sorry.
we're in Guernsey's most haunted hidden house, which
Yes.
is now the Dreamscape here because I had it to hand. So we've got a spooky house. You should be able to cycle through the. If by right-clicking on yourself, go to multi-sided, you can now choose a side, and that will flip you to whichever personality you feel would be best. Also, if you want to have multiples, you'll have to drag multiple tokens onto the board.
Okay, that works. And it's just for my player token. I'm assuming
It's getting out of hand now. There are 2 of them.
So is it just Carl in the Dreamscape or all of us?
It's just me and Dreamscape. You don't have the other one for the other character. It's the one that
They
I
should all
use
be
for
on.
the.
All 4 should be on there.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm retarded, Bill. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're amongst friends here. We're all retarded.
I will warn that entering a dreamscape, which is what this would be, is considered an action. So it will eat the remainder of your turn.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it's technically transdimensional travel. Which is a full run on the rest of those.
Yes, but the 2 of them will look at each other, and then they'll look at the house like, "Did you leave it on that setting?" "I don't know. I don't care."
Don't complain. It's a nicer house than you probably had before. It's not a tree. Also, it's probably a bit disconcerting that we introduced like the one black player's character hanging from a tree. That was a bit nefarious now that I think about it. But oh well, I'm going to roll with the brand.
To be truthful, Bill, he's not hanging from the tree. He's hanging in the tree.
Hey, I had this argument talking about like Odin symbology once in a theological sense. I'm not going through it again.
Odin turned off no clip.
It's less Jim Crow and more Book 3 of Legend of Korra.
Ugh, Korra. Go back to Jim Crow. I'll take my chances. Goodness me. One must have standards.
They'll look each other over, and then they'll nod their heads, and then they'll reach towards their faces, like Beetlejuice, and they'll start to pull their faces off. And as they pull their faces off, you are left with an image of what they actually look like to each other.
You mean I could have been avoiding all this anime bullshit this whole time? I'm going to be furious.
If you want to highlight that for the audience to see, Bill.
Oh, yeah. Those are you in the cheap seats. We have what I labeled as Blue Man Group and Purple Stuff. The eternal struggle of Grape Drank versus Blue Raspberry.
The true form of Almond. Technically, his last name is not Defogby, but he doesn't have his true name right now because the ghost is using it.
It do be like that sometimes.
But the true visage of Almond, Alminizen, currently Defogby, and Illutum Bondi Ricolti.
As you enter your dreamscape, you feel nefarious presence within it. Something's lurking within the house.
Yeah, I've asked the community if they have an opinion on these 2 characters. It was Blue Drank and Purple Stuff, if I'm incorrect.
Who would win? Vote now.
It is just Dave Chappelle's Sunny Delight bit.
Yeah.
So I won't bore you with a recount of it. Just go watch the fucking special. You'd be doing yourself a disservice to skip it. But watch this first, then go watch that. Only take 2.5 hours. Don't be such a pussy. Anyway, with that turn concluded, we return to the material plane, where things have not gotten better.
Yay!
As the skeleton, who was inert, looks up.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all they will do on this turn. Eris.
Okay. Do I still see where the shadow of things in the puddle?
Yes.
Am I able to use the shadow of my spear to stab it, as it is separate from my spear? Because it has 2 shadows.
Yes, it's got the creature technically wielding its shadow and the shadow itself.
Yes.
So you can interact with shadow creatures quite easily.
Yes. I'd like to try to stab it.
Okay. Any particular anything you aim to do, like impale it or pin it, or just stab?
Pinning it
Like-
would be nice. Would the shadow still count as the elven branch spear?
Yes, it is for all intents and purposes the weapon that it is the shadow of, unless you turn it on in at such an angle that it starts to gain or lose facets to it. For instance, if you turned it so that all of the branches were in a line, so it just looked like a regular spear stave, it would act like a normal spear.
Oh, okay.
Because the shadow is how it's reflected onto the world, rather than its actual shadow self. Perception
Use
is
it to its own best abilities.
okay.
Then perception.
Okay. Oh, bloody hell.
May I get aid from the creature that is also in the shadow from the spear? Since it
Okay,
can move the spear on its own, I do recall.
Yeah, could you roll me a diplomacy check to try and get across your idea?
Yes, it's my perception. There comes my
Yeah, managed to isolate it.
12. Not the best.
It doesn't quite get what you're getting at, and unfortunately will not be able to aid you this turn. Though after it sees what you're doing here, it'll have an easy turn.
Okay. Okay. Would this count as a standard? Or since
to
I would
attack, yes.
use the telekinesis for it?
Yeah, for an attack roll, yeah, it would be a standard. It will either be a standard or a full attack, depending on what benefits you want to use. Okay, I'm going to see if is this the right track. Oh, had a bit of a moment there.
Oh, I just noticed Vixara was very quiet, so I apologize for the background noise being not very audible.
Oh, that's what it is. That's not the track heresy. That's the recording of someone shouting, calling someone a heretic. That's the confusion. Okay, let's go with Magician, Kevin Cloud. Always classic. Two coffee. Let's go with Death and Axes.
With the perception of 23, I will be able to see it enough to try and hit?
Yes, you will. So he rolled like shit for his stealth roll.
Only 20 plus 6. That is a not one. Okay.
Roll it.
I already am.
Excellent. That's the spirit.
45, 32. Pain.
Okay, a bit of a weird one. If target's wearing armor, they're attacked by 1d4 alligators.
I'm not wearing armor.
Now, we'll go next fire set by target throws heat in only one direction. There's one that could have some uses.
Now, would cherry bombs count as that?
Well, it depends how you light it.
I'll just light it in a way where it, like, fizzles down faster.
Also, that's what you want to do.
Okay, so I probably do not hit with a 7.
Unfortunately not, and that one is always a miss, unfortunately. So, as you thrust forward the spear, unfortunately for yourself, you're so concentrated on the actual shadow of the spear that you thrust the spear into the steel beam here. Could you roll me a fort save, please?
I take it's probably against, like, shock of the fucking thing hitting it. And if it's something else, then I'm worried. 20.
Oh, you're very lucky. You made it by a thread. You feel for a second like, oh, that the stave of the spear bent wrong for a second there, but you just managed to catch yourself before it snaps.
Oh.
Could have been very bad. And that's it. Unfortunately, the tip of the spear is a little bit blunted as the end is rolled.
Yes.
So it will not be quite as effective as a thrusting weapon, but it can still stab. Or be swung kind of like a human
Is
spear.
there any penalties to the damage it can deal?
Yeah, it'll take a -1 to damage going forward until it's sharpened again.
I'll just add in brackets -1.
Is it just me or can nobody else see the turn order?
No.
You'll have. It should be. Hang on, let me refresh. I think everyone needs to refresh. It did this last time.
Last time we also couldn't see it in this area.
Yeah.
I believe it's still because it was on the other map, our turn order.
Yep, still can't see it.
Oh, now I can't see it. Shit. Tell you what. Let's go ahead and re-roll initiative. We had carried forward initiative anyway. Sorry for the inconvenience, folks. You also plonk yourself down. Oh, and second to that, it brought it all back. But let me clear the. I'll clear the initiative order and we'll just start a new one.
Alright.
Okay. Roll away.
Probably about as bad as I had last time. You have to have your token on the screen and then select it.
Technical issues, folks.
This is where I pray I don't roll lower.
Technical difficulty.
Oh god!
Beep boop, beep boop. Also, I do find it funny that the poll is currently at 50-50, actually.
Is it? I thought it was lead for purple stuff.
Nope, 10 votes, blue drank 50%, purple stuff 50%.
Baz, can I get your initiative, please?
Yep.
Feels like there's some contrarians that just want to see it stale at 50-50. I endorse this meme.
Okay.
Aiden. Your initiative. Don't forget to put you down
Oh.
on the field.
My brain
And
fucking
And
died.
have your character selected.
Yeah.
She's not paying attention! Quickly, kill her character!
No! Cease. Gonna-
1 second.
Wake the sleeping dog. That's gonna put in a thing. $20. Get her killed or something.
No, please. And oh, there it is. Okay.
Fuck.
Okay. So Eris, you've made your attack, you've got a move action left. Anything you'd like to do? Oh, and a swift as well.
Yes. Since I can see the thing, can I make a knowledge check on it?
You may.
What knowledge would be most appropriate?
Knowledge engineering or dungeoneering.
Oh shit.
Or arcana.
I'll go with Arcana. The other two are untrained. So they do have ranks. No, yeah, they do have ranks on them. So, Arcana will fuck me.
You do not know what this creature is. But it is clearly the result of some very advanced scolomancy. Every single facet of this creature is clearly perfectly forged or even machined. Every single plate is completely seamless. The joints themselves are masterfully made as well. Every surface is polished within an inch of its life, and even the suit is well tailored.
Could I do
I'm
a
not
sense
sure.
motive to get a hunch on what languages it speaks?
You may.
12.
You're not sure. But given the clothing is of human make, you'd suspect probably speaks common. If you had to wager, I guess. Golems tend to speak common, as a rule.
Trying to think of what to say.
It's unusual to see a human-made construct this far down. But all of you are miles below the surface at this point.
Yeah.
Concerning.
Trying to think. Also, can I use my move action as a standard action if I don't move?
Unfortunately not. The move action is a slightly smaller action than a standard. There's a few actions you can take with a move action, like there's a survival action where you try and trip someone with difficult terrain as a move. But that requires a survival check. And difficult terrain.
Cantrips also are
Standard, yeah.
Okay.
There's
Sorry for
a
taking
handful
a
of
moment.
actual. No problem. I mean, there are a handful of spells to take move actions, but they're few and far between.
Yeah. Thanks from what I know, I can like. Actually, I can check the Chimera Soul Discipline things real quick. I might have some that I'm.
So, given the situation with a creature that is, occupying a strange dimensional space, I would allow creative uses of the survival skills ability to trip people. But it's going to take some creative license, so to speak. And it is still going to run. It's still going to run on your survival skill.
Right.
She can use a telekinetic ability to trip someone with water.
Potentially, she just have to figure out some way to do it using the, extra dimensional space.
I mean, I
More
do
creative
have a
it
1
is.
foot by 1 foot extra dimensional space ability. Pocket space. And hold
It
up.
depends how you wish to utilize it.
Can I tell that the shadows shouldn't have weight, right?
That would be correct. Your colleagues, who are, a good number of your colleagues are ghosts, so you do know how they react with the weight and that they don't actually displace any matter.
Could I just shove the shadow thing into the pocket space I have?
Give it a go. Given that it's technically an arcane methodology, have you got a survival skill?
I do, but it isn't the best.
Roll survival and roll arcana, or spellcraft, or use magical devices, whichever you prefer of those three, and we'll see how it reacts.
Okay, here's the
Survival
survival.
will-
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so the actual orientation and manipulation end of things not brilliant. Let's see how the telekinesis end of things goes. So pick one of those three skills. Okay.
Wait, which
Three
one was
options.
it?
Arcana, spellcraft, or use magical devices. You can only pick one.
Spellcraft.
Okay.
24.
Okay. It's not terribly. It's not a lot of finesse involved here, but you do
doesn't need to be.
generate the pocket. You manage to generate the pocket dimension within the shadow and attempt to just, with your telekinesis, push it through. And it seems to push the shadow itself off balance because it's physically warping the structure of the shadow. A
Right.
chunk of it is displaced into the extra-dimensional space. And the image on the water is shimmering and twisting as well. It's as if someone's like taking just a piece of metal and just stirring it through fluid.
It's
behaving in strange ways.
This. I don't know if my
Okay.
Swift can add to the effect.
Not with the Swift, unfortunately. Unless you've got a particularly fancy boost from the Chimera Soul display. Because I don't know what he has for boosts. I think most of them are just do more damage or prune new attacks.
Let me check.
So, is it okay if I come back to you once you check through? Because I know
Yes,
maneuvers
very
continue.
well. I'll
Okay,
let you know
well-
when I find something.
Okie dokie. We'll keep that swift action back. And Neri, we're at the top of initiative with you at the forefront.
Ooh.
The shadow creature, the shade of the creature that's lurching out from where it actually is,
Yeah.
hidden beneath the waves, is twisting in on itself from where it's been pushed into that exponential space. It's bent double and twisted into a spiral almost, as it's slowly being pushed into that gap in reality.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I can do about that.
Have you got any items or such that you think might be
I'm
useful
looking
for,
through.
or any abilities?
I mean, I'm honestly like I don't know what to do at all. I mean, I'd use the Aura of Calm or try to do that, but unfortunately it makes everything mad. Oh, did we do the thing where I could make it roll for that?
No.
Not
You
yet.
need to
Okay.
actually speak to a fairly high-ranking monk to be able to teach you how to
Oh, right.
temper it again.
Okay.
Get creative.
Uh,
Think.
I'm trying.
You have the crabs out. Crab claws.
Yeah, I generally always have crabs. It's just my fists, though, for the most part, covered in crabs. I could...
Punch. Punch him. As in the
Yeah,
big
I-
dude. 'Cause I do believe you
I-
have additional speed when you move towards an enemy. Not a thing?
Yes.
No, that's not
Due
usually
to
I have.
Red Rumbler
Oh, okay.
worshipping him.
You are holding my bag of holding, and I do have items in the bag you could use.
I guess I'll just... It's undulating and twisting in upon itself. It appears to be...
The shadow above it is twisting. There is the image of the creature itself, which you suspect might be the creature hiding in its own shadow. That is projected onto the floor. It looks distressed because its hiding place is being physically warped.
You have
By the shadow
mage hand,
exchanges.
right? Push
I
him
have
in
minor
with me.
telekinesis.
Well, push him in with me.
Okay, I mean, why don't I don't think I need... I could just use my hands to do that. I mean, or I could use telekinesis. I don't know if...
I think telekinesis would work
You
better, plus
need
you're out
telekinesis
of
because you
range.
can't. I don't believe you can punch ghosts unless. I'm not sure. Maybe your veil lets you do that, or your gentle touch.
No, no. Yeah, I guess I'd have to use...
Because gentle
my
touch fucks up
telekinesis.
undead, doesn't it?
I don't think so. What
It's
was
not
it that
undead,
did
it's
something to
ethereal
undead?
creature, but-
No, I don't think that's
No.
true.
It's undeads and constructs are immune to the effect.
That's what I was thinking, though.
So no,
was
they
the
interact
gentle
with
touch.
ethereals. With being a
all
key
right.
effect.
I'll,
But,
I'll use telekinesis to give
yeah.
the big push.
Roll me a CMB check.
Okay.
I reckon you could punch a ghost if you had phantom limb syndrome.
Yeah, but then your hand's the ghost too.
Uh-huh.
So you cast a high enough level Create Undead on someone with an arm off, you could just give them a ghost arm.
That's some
Okay, come
idea.
on. Okay,
I'm sorry.
Neri,
it took me a long time.
is your
Genuinely
wisdom
confused.
higher than your strength?
Yeah.
By how much?
My strength is 17. My wisdom's 19. So by 2.
So an extra +1 for a total of 18. Okay. He's considered flat-footed because he's thrown off balance. And you manage to, with the combined efforts of your telekinesis, shove the shadow into the extra-dimensional space, jettisoning the actual assassin into real space.
Oof.
I will also close the pocket space for now with the swift. I'll just use it for that then.
Presently, the assassin is clinging to the side of the wall
Based.
as he was physically propelled out.
Would
Now he
this
has actual weight.
cause, an attack of opportunity upon him.
That's what I was about to ask.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, because it is unless you have improved bull rush, or sorry, greater bull rush, because it was non-voluntary movement, it does not provoke.
What about superior reflexes?
I don't know what you'll have to fill me on what that does.
Let's see. Threat to yourself is like armor. Okay, this is not when wearing no armor. That's okay. You may. Oh, I don't think I can. I think that's just. Wait a minute. What the fuck does this do again? Oh man, it's because I have the whole paragraph copied. Oh, it's if no. Sorry, that's if someone makes an attack of opportunity against me. Never mind.
Okay, it is currently clung to the ceiling. Also, it doesn't help the whole Spider-Man comparison because, like, hey, this guy's spider climb.
Yeah.
So he's
No,
like,
on the ceiling.
like he literally rams the needle on his elbow into the wall to prop himself there,
Miguel,
and
Ugh.
it goes into that wall like it's butter.
Bruh. Pointy elbows.
As a result, he's still got full range of. He's not got full range motion, but he's still able to defend himself whilst propping himself up in that location.
What is his exact positioning in the door frame?
He's on the wall.
He's not in the doorframe. He's the opposite. He was on the opposite side.
The side of it.
He is just inside the doorframe. Technically, he's more like up here, but behind the girder.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
He's crammed himself into a corner, much similar to how you'd see like an ogre spider or a giant house spider. Despite its long spindly limbs, it's crammed itself into a little corner in order to better defend itself.
Lovely.
I smell bitch.
Its taloned hands are held up in front of it, so it can more easily defend itself.
Jumping spiders are cute though.
They are.
Any other actions, Neri?
I don't think so. Just am I like directly under it, or?
Not directly, because, well, I'm not sure what distance from the creature you were when you used the ability. Because telekinesis, it has a range of like 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels.
Right.
She was the same distance as Baz because she was sitting next to Baz when I handed her the bag of holding after looking it under his arms.
Back here then. So you're a ways away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do then. Sorry, I was just very confused by like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Comrade, you're up.
All right. Of course.
Mark. First, just for reference, you're currently still being pulled towards the door by the rope. You have a 10-foot pole in your hand that has been sharpened at the end. Okay, cook, my son.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so I need to know now. What is the diameter of this tunnel that we're in? It's greater than 10 feet.
It is. Yes, don't ignore that measurement. That is not accurate. It's not 45 fucking feet. It is. This area is about a 10-foot square. So it's half of what it appears to be on the thing.
Sure. Okay, because what I want to do is run around it, like upside down, do a loop-de-loop.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so do a loop-de-loop, and then fucking just stab him with this pointy stick, then, I guess.
Okay. Roll me a dance check just for momentum. Momentum is on your side. The rope trick is still coiling.
Yes. And don't forget the gorb that's still being super levied in front of the door frame.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. With ease. You skip, like you're skimming across the concrete here like it's nothing. Okay, with him being, he's not flat-footed any longer, but still beats his CMD. So if you wish to roll an attack, please do. And let me know how you'd like to do it, because it will affect how things go.
Ideally, I'd like to lure him, like, into the wall or something. Into the ceiling would be better, because then gravity is going to help me out a bit.
Okay, positioning is
I
on your
just
side.
focused my eyes and there was a spider right in front of my eyes. Han, please come here, please, for fuck's sake.
Oh god. Jenny's been attacked IRL.
Not so smart now, are you? Taking the fight to you.
On the ceiling, right in front of my desk.
Patriarchy 1, feminism 0.
I have now built up my NPC assassins so
it's
well
running
that I'm
upstairs.
attacking players in real life.
Evolve.
I'm hitting you where you sleep.
Please turn on the light, it's gone off. I don't know where the fuck it is, it's up there. Ah.
This is a canon moment.
Also,
you can't undo.
when I stab this guy, because I'm gonna try and do like a leaping stab kind of a action. Obviously, I'm gonna let go of the pole and carry on going, because I've done a leap. And what I'd like to do is try and rip the pocket off of his jacket, like as I go flying past him, because I think that'll annoy him.
Please roll to attack. You'll get a hefty bonus due to the leaping attack. Just roll. It will be using, given this is 10-foot pole with a sharpened end, correct, folks?
Yes.
You're wearing a suit of ceremonial armor. Please make a regular attack. The damage will be changed to that of a spear.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no. Please roll me a d10,000.
What?
Oof.
I have survived spider. Han got it.
He got the first one.
We don't even know how many spiders we usually have in the house. Oh god.
Oh, that's a nice high one.
Okay, I might have to go with that one just because it's funny. Okay, next person to draw blood is himself, sprayed with blood. Lame. Let's go with the first one we rolled. Nearest castle sinks into the ground 1d20 feet. Roll me a d20.
It's a shame that we're miles underground and not 20 feet underground.
Well, that's the thing. If it's underground, it's not a castle, it's a bunker. So we default to the surface castles, one of which just sank 17 feet into the soil.
No
Which is
clue.
probably going to give someone the fright of their lives. They're now, because their building is now basically 2 stories shorter. We shall see the aftermath of that one later on.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, just as you thrust out with the makeshift pike, it strikes the creature in the chest. The stave bends, and the stave itself bursts. giving way under the amount of strain it's under.
Yeah, too long the pole, I reckon.
If you'd still like to try and grab his pocket on the way down, please roll me a CMB check.
Well, I'm definitely going to do that after the fucking failure of that.
So momentum is still on your side.
CMB, yeah?
Yeah. There we go. I'm not going to roll. Yeah, you bluff. I just rolled your bluff for you. In the spray of splinters, you manage to cover your advance. You grab hold of his pocket and wrench downwards, ripping off the corsage and the pocket itself. Now, I need to roll like a climb check. Oh dear. And you bring the creature tumbling down with you.
Alright.
Because you weigh more than its spider climb limit. Okay. Here's a precarious situation. Because both of you are falling towards the spinning gorb.
Well, obviously I'm going to try and maneuver myself to be a top instead of a bottom.
Exactly. Roll a dance check. Let's see if you lead or follow.
And we cheer for him on the sidelines for bonuses. Just like do cheerleading.
Yes.
Come on, Aiden. You have a work
Let's
cut
go.
out for us.
Yeah, do the cheerleading squad, yes.
We'll together form an M for... No, we form a C for comrade.
We're comrade, yes. It's true. I'll have my crabs, yeah, you know, spell out comrade or something.
Noises with the...
And make it click, click, click.
You can even have the spider crabs in your body be able to like do the wave.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
You kill a sparrow in celebration. Unfortunately, as you're falling, you feel a metallic hand grasp onto your armor. And you hear, "Mind if I have this dance?" And you watch as the machine smashes its heel into the metal door, pivots you, and plants you back first onto the gorb, breaking its fall with you. Could you roll me a reflex save, please? To see if you skim or not.
Bounce off the gorb.
I should be fucking powered up by the gorb, if anything.
Yeah, you think so.
Okay.
I whisper.
And now for the last check. Okay.
Let's see if I'm injured.
You can either roll this, because this is going to be what's called an ego loyalty check. It's a will save if you versus the gorb, because it is technically an intelligent item. Or you can auto succeed, but something else bad will happen.
I guess I'll have to do a will save of 7.
What did we gorb?
Unfortunately, you failed the loyalty check.
We gorb too close to the sun.
Gorb too close to the sun. Fuck's sake. As you feel your armor's harness give way, and the gorb literally shreds your half-plate suit to ribbons. Just like it completely bursts your suit of armor.
That's not
Essentially, the torso armor is broken.
Oof.
The limbs are fine, but they're not being held together by anything. You'll have to sort something out when next.
At least that's gonna look cool. Like,
well, you're already wearing like a set of like stripper plate because you got ceremonial armor. Like you got like Conan the Barbarian style armor, not the book version, like the film versions where it's just this showy like one big pauldron, one gauntlet.
Yeah. Obviously, so I'll be not that bad.
What comes next is the bad bit.
Dice neither. Oh no, that's too many
Okay.
dice.
Enjoy a total of 9 points of bludgeoning damage as the spinning gorb shreds through your back.
Oof.
Imagine the world's worst road rash.
He really redistributed the pain, didn't he?
It's literally just pushing plates of your armor through you.
This communist infighting, that's never happened.
If anyone's ever worn body armor without any underpadding and now then taken a tumble, you know it's like wearing a cheese grater.
Really thought you was going to say underpants then. I really did.
Don't fucking do that. I can't stress that enough. I wore a short sleeve shirt with a chainmail shirt once, and I've still got scars on my elbows.
Were you at least wearing underwear?
Well, I fucking hope so. I was wearing jeans as well. But
He's going all over chainmail.
you laugh. There's a character in Pathfinder's canon that wears a skin-tight chainmail bodysuit. Unsurprisingly, they are a cleric of the god of pain.
I was about to ask her.
Also, it's a suit of spiked chainmail, and the spikes are on the inside.
A flagellant's dream, Bill. A flagellant's dream.
Clerics is on Chthon built different. Built incorrectly, specifically.
He's flawed.
But, okay, let's move on. You've got a swift action left as you both careen to the floor.
I'm just gonna just.
So you do get a reflex save to see if you land on your feet, at least.
Yeah, I was thinking about. You remember when Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored that goal against England from like nearly the halfway line? Do you know what I'm on about? Like it was an overhead kick, like whatever. When he does this like overhead kick, and when he lands, like he spins in the air to land like a cat, like on all fours, like you know, because he's kung fu trained or whatever. I want to do that.
Yeah, you can over it. You can use a dance check rather than reflex. There we go. You stick the landing. I'm just looking to land on your feet.
Oh, and I want to
Just that
throw
way.
his fucking pocket in the water as well. While looking at him, so he knows that.
Dropping items are a free action. So you just like arm out, full extension, drop.
Yeah.
As both of you are now on your feet.
Does a fucking maneuver like he's a Magic Mike.
Two well-dressed men in the sewer, thrown down.
And just like Magic Mike.
The gorb has slowed its spin and falls to the ground.
No, go!
It's completely fine. It's
When
just
we dated injured, also.
my son.
My
He
back's
is sick.
so hard. Must have hurt him a little bit.
Only its feelings having hurt his fellow comrade, I'm sure.
This isn't what communism is about.
Oh no, it's Gorbachev. Oh, no, it is Gorbachev era. He was a bit more fair than the other ones. See, if you'd empowered it with the power of Yeltsin, it wouldn't have hurt you at all. Wouldn't be able to. You'd be too drunk.
It would have just
It would
gotten
be
you drunk. Yeah.
It would also be wildly less accurate if it was Yeltsin flavored.
You get contact drunk.
This would be a massive debuff device. Be that as it may, I've gotten off topic again. Any other actions this turn, comrade?
No, just preparing for my next turn or whatever, you know, doing some stretches, doing my karate moves.
Your belt is behaving weirdly. Like it's still running through weird numbers. Like ones that make no sense. That ones that aren't even in... Like, not even in your alphabet, so to speak. Like, the numerical system that languages you know use, none of these numbers are in it.
I can tell that they're numbers. That's weird.
Yes, you can definitely tell the numbers because they're part of a digital display. Not that you know what that is technically in character, but you've got an intrinsic knowledge that they are numbers regardless. Think of it like in Predator when like the random things start flashing up in the red.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
But it is behaving a bit weirdly. Okay.
I'm just going to look at that and not do anything.
Okie dokie. Next up. Back in the dreamscape. Please note that regular action economy applies for split body creatures. You still need casting takes up both your actions.
Okay. How far deep inside the dreamscape is the presence emanating from?
It seems to be echoing through the walls. Distance in a dreamscape doesn't really matter. You move at the speed of thought. This is moreover, it's a mindscape rather than a dreamscape, so distance is irrelevant.
Okay. The Lutum speaks. I do hope that the rest of them was still alive. You didn't leave the body anywhere stupid, did you? What do you take me for? I'm stupid. I left you at the end of the tunnel where the rest of the body was.
We'll just send from Nalthina for 2.
Excellent.
Thank you, Nalthina.
We too are
Thank
fans
those
of the Bee Gees. I'm on
Good
times.
We'll finally get to one of the lyrics by the end of the series.
We will eventually get to the second line in the stanza. Almon speaks.
Don't worry, I'm taking great care of it.
Amon's actually laughing, and then Almon speaks. You stupid bastard. You tell them, or should I? I'll deal with it. Just don't do anything stupid. So don't do what you usually do. He tilts his head back, and his eyes glow, and his mouth opens. On the other side of your world, Neri can hear an opening in the back of her head start to widen.
Oh, God. I know I shouldn't have agreed to this.
Neri, there is a voice in the back of your head that is speaking to you. Do you wish to hear it?
Okay.
Hang on, I have a meme for this. Do go on. I'm looking for the meme.
Okay.
Mhm.
Voice speaks to you. It is Lutum. Look
It's
over
what?
at Han. Like, a voice speaks to you. It is Lutum's voice.
Mm.
Look over at Han.
Mm-hmm. All right. Neri looks at Baz. just, I don't know what to do.
As you'll notice
I'm
that there is,
looking.
you'll notice that there is a color that is beginning to shape and cover over her normal irises.
Oh no!
Here we go again.
No.
Oh, we're taking down new doors now? Thanks for showing me the way too. Both eyes switch colour.
What?
Roll me will save, please, Neri.
And this is why we don't accept goop from the ghost.
God damn!
Now that's a will save.
What the fuck? It's like running into a brick wall. What am I? Like you feel like something's punching at lightly at the your mental kind of barricade. It's like, what is it? What the fuck is this stuff? This is drywall. What am I, fucking Thanos?
In the back, Almon speaks. You stupid bastard! You think these people like us? They don't like you. Of course they don't like me! What you see, you're trying to possess somebody who has better will than us! You're not locked. We're not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with us.
I don't want anyone to be locked inside my head but me, if I'm going to be completely honest. It's bad enough in here with myself.
Upon which a voice comes through. Loudly, the illusion speaks. Maz, we have been possessed by something in the belt. Expel all the ectoplasm from everyone.
What? Can you do that?
I'm speaking through your mouth.
Yeah.
I think it's just Neri at the moment.
Yeah.
No, it's the Ariana.
Yeah,
I believe if you use your sanctuary thing, you can forcibly like yeet everyone out of the with their ectoplasm. I believe so.
Considering she's currently under a psychic attack, it does count as an attack against her. And if he's in her space, he can force it out.
Okay.
Also apply to him.
Baz, if you want to physically invoke on your turn, which I believe is still I'm not sure what kind of action it takes to invoke that sanctuary effect. It might just be a free.
The thing is with the sanctuary effect is that it's always on, but it's only on Baz.
Oh, it's only on. It only goes as far as that.
Can't really apply it to Neri.
So it'd just be Holy Light would be needed in this case to dissolve any ectoplasmic.
Holy Light or a power check.
Oh yeah, power check did the trick. Because power is relative, I suppose.
Bull rush the ghost out of it.
Hey, it works. This isn't an exorcism. This is a beatdown.
Terry exorcist.
Stop resisting! Starts karate chopping the body.
Try not to kill me. I only have 11 health.
His last words before he retreats back
I don't want to
inside
become a ghost too.
of the mindscape is, and if you see the skeleton anywhere, assume it is lethal. This thing is controlling it. And then he pops back out of existence from her eyes.
Would you like to re-enter the material plane, or would you like to maintain on the mental scape?
He's maintaining on the mental scape. That'll just take the talking the turn. Meanwhile,
okay.
The two of them will join arms, and he will physically attempt to figure out where he is inside of this general space, and blink both of them towards it.
Okay, it'll be a regular perception check. Unfortunately, your sensing abilities do not break through its ability to hide itself. You can't quite traipse down where that creature is. It's less of a presence and more like a hum in the walls, like a scratching of a mouse in a crawl space.
He's in the fucking walls. He is the walls.
Oh, woman in the walls.
I have become the very thing I swore to destroy. Drywall.
The ghost speaks in tandem with each other. The rest of them are not going to let you have their bodies. And you are stuck with us, bastard.
I don't need that fucking body. I can manifest normally, like a normal person. You just wait. I'm gonna get out of here. And when I do, that tunnel's gonna look like your mom. It's gonna be full of me. It's gonna get real crowded real fast.
If I wasn't as disgusted by the idea of you being in my mom, that would be rude. However, he doesn't have a mom. Unless you count the universe.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it personal.
Personal? You're inside my fucking mindscape!
That's business.
Am I still being possessed?
Your friend is in my belt. Yes. You don't wear another guy's clothes.
To be fair, he did not
wear
your belt unfairly. It was gifted to him for doing something extremely stupid. Just like you are, right now.
That is on brand, I'm not gonna lie to you. But you gotta remember, there's one major difference between people like you and people like me. I came equipped with the right means. Baz, you know that skeleton?
Yeah.
There's a flutter of shadow and something appears in its hand.
Mm-hmm.
And something appears at its waist.
monster.
Could it be?
And as it put, no,
It was
I
an intentional
bought a
sound
4-pack.
Oh,
I had to go to the store specifically. I got an actual 12-pack,
This-
but then I realized I accidentally bought like the isotonic sports drink version of Monster.
it's not carbonated.
I was pissed off. It's the same stuff as the low carb, which I like. But as you watch, the skeleton drinks something, and a belt forms around its waist. I didn't make this. It took her like an hour and a half.
No, I didn't take. I mean, it did because the only problem is that the version that Lawsy originally made of this image was a different color scheme.
Compare and contrast.
Yeah, so I had to basically make it all over from scratch. But yeah, and make it
Got a dark,
transparent.
got a dark red driver.
And as the this is why I was really hoping you wouldn't fucking activate this effect down here, because this is a really dangerous encounter. As the skeleton begins drinking, and it starts to gain substance.
Gain what? Like
regaining
become
flesh?
fleshy?
Yes, flesh is regrowing. Like as the fluid flows over it, it's this horrid, acrid smelling, like piss color, like viscous fluid that just flows over like glue almost, wraps around the tips of each phalange, going from a simple talon to a gauntleted hand. Like every elbow, every knee, every joint of every limb flowing over with this artificial, sickly, mucousy muscle.
Bill, would you describe the sight as monstrous?
You're dying first. As after
I can't help myself.
after a
Can't help
great
either.
after a what can be described as a very visceral transformation sequence, you're greeted with a new foe. Let me just find the old character sheet for him. Here we go, the triple question mark section.
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, behold an old favourite, a returning villain, question mark. Garbed in garish camouflage pattern and clothing and a skull shirt, and a intricately carved bone mask over a soft cloth hat.
Oh no, it's Kyle.
The original artwork made in the finest Soul Calibur 6 character creation engine. As you've accidentally triggered one of the most dangerous hidden bosses in the fucking campaign in the midst of a second fight.
Am I allowed to?
How many boss fights levels of boss fight deep are we? Are we like 3?
I wasn't expecting anyone to flip the belt around in the middle of a combat. You do be like that. You gotta be.
Maybe we can get them all fight each other instead.
Can I compliment his drip?
Yeah.
You say that, and then you notice that 1, he's floating off the ground, and 2, he's got sandals and tubby boots, and the tubby boots are like checkered Vans.
I'd like to roll perception to ignore those.
I think if
May
you're
I?
gonna if you
I
want to
compliment
compliment
the drip, but I will
I'm
dissociate
gonna need a bluff
from the
check. I'm
I think
gonna
that's a
need a
bluff.
bluff check.
24 on ignoring the shoes.
Okay. You can try. You'll still need to make a bluff check.
I will try to say it with the most sincerest way I can. Roll me. Please don't roll a nat 1. 12. Better than nothing.
No one's ever complimented Kyle on his drip before. Surely he must. He's gonna be taken aback by that. Positively.
Oh, he's a man. He's just not going to believe it.
Oh.
We shall see that reaction on his next turn. As it, of course, the transformation sequence takes a full turn. He is literally forming flesh and skin and armor.
Thank you, Carl.
Very cool. Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, don't worry. Me, you, and everyone you know are about to have a lot of fun.
Do you like Monopoly?
Good. I need frustration to walk off.
Don't worry, you've got a lot of work ahead of you.
Wait till I get my fucking hands on you. Now, big man. Save that for later. First things first. Armand snaps its fingers. Everybody who is currently under gram malevolency is now free from it, with the exception of the skeleton.
Okay. So just the skeleton in the network at the moment.
Yes, the ghost and the skeleton.
Okie dokie. Excellent.
Finally, free of cringe.
No, now the cringe is physically manifesting in the world.
I know, but he has cool.
You have cleanliness of mind, now to excise some cleanliness of surroundings.
Last action, I will attempt to use my spells. Why can't I find my phone? There it is. Got it. This notebook is underneath. Come on, spell book. This is why I hate being dyslexic. I can't read well.
I believe that is the thrust of the condition, Carl.
I will attempt to use Detect Magic inside the space.
Okay. You do not immediately notice any magical signatures, though you do notice some trails.
I will spend the other round action, because it didn't move, to continue concentration of the spell.
Okay. On your next turn, you will be able to not just roll perception, but also roll a survival check for your sensing.
Neat.
That'll be rapid turn. Baz, back in the material plane.
Alright, so I see this creature manifesting.
Let's throw old Kyle down on there for old time's sake. Some asshole in some kind of kabuki mask.
Bruh. Okay, so first of all, I need to figure out the spacing real quick, because I believe I was tugged away.
Operate on the assumption of Codex Martialis rules, so you are at extreme range. You can move to into engagement.
Okay. Just as a move action?
Yeah, move action will get you
All
to...
right, cool.
In the confines you're dealing with, unless we're using the grappling rules, you're using just move.
Yeah. Okay.
One move will take you pretty much wherever you need to go.
Excellent.
Unless there's an active chase going on.
I'll just sort of look at the creature manifesting and just go, sorry, why are we adults again?
He points at the belt. That's mine. Who the fuck's this prick? You look at you, points up at the ceiling.
He's a cunt, that's what he is. Do you mind if we beat the shit out of him first?
You could all practically see him start to sweat. No. I'm looking around, I'm seeing a lot of drywall, and I've got fists for everyone. Wait, not like... You get what I mean?
Right, well, can we start with that guy then? Just sort of awkwardly point at him. The guy in the ceiling.
Yeah, I don't see why now, but... Fuck it, first come, first serve! Like... At this point, it's not even... It's kind of how regular lay people see martial arts, in that it's more akin to kind of random mosh pit flailing. It's as if he's charging up almost.
So you're saying if you move the assassin in his general direction, He's gonna
I'm
get
just gonna
hit.
start swinging my arms, and if you get hit, it's your own fault.
Bill, there is a voice emanating in the back of the skeleton's head.
What does it?
You fucking look like a tot, you fucking munch. You call it martial arts?
Fuck you, bitch! You're dressed in fucking curtains.
At least I got burn curtains. You look like a fucking weave that's just gotten out in the market. What, your mom used to give you fucking money to, like, for groceries and lunch?
Now I get paid every time I go see your mom.
Again, my mom is a goddamn sight. Where's your mom?
I can't believe we've gotten into this. Excellent.
She's dead. Dun, dun.
Right. First of all, Bill.
Oh, wait, he has that part of the conversation out loud. He just starts screaming, fucking sending someone's mum into the void.
Could I maybe get Faustus to cast Healing Flame on Neri?
What spell slot is that?
Healing Flames is Cleric Oracle 4.
Could you roll me a diplomacy check, please?
All right.
I'll see what I can do, but this might take quite a bit out of us.
Keep it in reserve.
You watch him slowly, like, begin to build up heat and might. Like he's like kind of collects himself. I'll prepare what I can.
I'll look over to the Kyle and say, "All right, mate, time for a temporary tag team, and I'm gonna just full speed run towards this guy, leap up into the air, and try to bull rush him towards the Kyle."
Okay. It's going to be an awkward angle because of how compressed he is into that spot. Please roll me...
I have an idea. I'm going to use...
Shudder to think.
I'm going to use the S-Stock in Mordhau Grip, and I'm going to make an awesome blow.
Oh god, using the hook end of it, isn't it?
Yes.
Good lord. Okay, roll it.
Godspeed, you crazy bastard.
Yes, 07.
Okay. As you hurtle towards it at about Mark 3, you see it quickly clutch at his shoulder as if to brace itself, but at the last second, as it kind of rocks back in its placement in the gap, it shrugs its shoulders forward, its elbow outstretched, and that spike goes straight for you.
Would that cause an attack of opportunity?
I have a second attack. Could I use it to try and intercept the spike?
Let's do an oppose check. We don't get to do these very often.
I'll try to sunder the spike.
Okay. And he will attempt to... Well, you're currently in the process of climbing, technically speaking. Do you have any kind of mitigation for being flat-footed whilst climbing?
The armor.
Oh, did I give it a caveat? Did I give it Daredevil?
Yep. Fuck. Well, functionally.
Okay. So he doesn't get a free threat. That's very good to say. He does have his... Okay. You roll it.
Alright. Should.
His bluff fails, so you're not fainted, but he does drive the point of that needle at it's like a rondelle point through your shoulder.
Just in from Zalmus for 200.
Oh my god.
Let's get
God
this one
damn.
right.
Holy
The party is
shit.
fighting way beyond the raid class. At Bill, there's to be no restraint.
Oh dear.
Thank you, Zalmus,
I
but
don't-
what the fuck does that even mean?
Thank
I
you,
am
Zalmas,
scared.
but I'm not I don't know what this means. I'm
Zalmas,
scared.
okay. Kyle's a joke character, and he's a
Yeah.
long-standing joke character, but he's
Yeah.
also insanely dangerous. He's like Dan Hibik. He's like, oh, why? Dan's a joke character. He can throw a Hadouken one-handed. It's impressive. He just refuses to learn any other way. So, as Zalmas requested, there will be no holding back. I will be using Kyle's full character sheet from here on out. Not Kyle Prime,
Oh, okay.
because Kyle Prime is literally unkillable. And it would lead to grievous injuries without even taking an action. But you will be fighting a full-bore vanilla Kyle.
Okay.
Watch this
Well,
fake.
we should-
Watch more of this show to find out the deep lore behind the Kyles.
Like, what flavor of monster is their favorite?
Right.
It varies
As-
from Kyle to Kyle.
Does
As
one of them
the,
have to be-
Blade stabs into my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Could I attempt, as a swift action, to sheathe my shoulder in holy light?
I'd like it. You may.
So that if it's part of the creature will be hit with holy light.
You know what? I like it. Use it. It'll use your reaction from next turn there.
Alright.
So it'll take the holy light damage. Does the holy light damage? Is it just untyped holy or?
It is untyped holy.
Okay, so bonus versus evil shit, but no penalties or such for this creature is a construct. You can tell that at a glance. So does that have any under caveats with the holy light attack or?
No, it just does more damage against evil creatures and undead and
Okay.
ghosts.
Okay.
Does it fall into any of those categories, by the way?
It is evil aligned,
Okay,
but it's not
that
like a
counts.
evil type.
Gotcha.
Please adjust damage accordingly, and I will roll for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting thing about elbow blades, they're their own thing. They do damage as a short sword. Oh, sorry. They do damage as a knife. Knee blades do damage as a short sword, but this creature uses knee blades for his elbow blades because he has a different implant. Okay. Oh yeah, of course.
I'm not sure if the nat one on the attack roll counts since it's an auto hit, but I'm fine with rolling it.
Roll it.
Cool.
It was rolled, so it must be rolled. We must.
Hell
We
yeah.
must see what chaos roll.
Abide by the rules. I shall be writing the result of the D10,000, this number, into the chat as well.
Target opens a chain of big box retail stores.
Yes!
Yeah, let's go!
Okay, we've got the assassin's retirement plan, I guess. I know. Or target things that ice is more precious than diamond. In this place, it kind of is. It's water, which is the stuff of life. But yeah, let's go with Vesco. We now know what our would-be assassin's backup plan in life is. It's to go open a retail. What even is a big box retailer?
Walmart, Kmart.
Oh, so bulk
Block-
buy wholesaler.
Actually,
Pseudo
That's
wholesaler.
why, yeah.
isn't there a thing in place where like people are aware of the curse results, like in character?
I believe currently, yes.
Could I try to make a diplomacy check and just look him in the eye and go, "Come on, man, it's not too late. You can still turn this around."
You know
can
what?
still-
Roll diplomacy.
Aid.
you But tell you what, I'll let you succeed on that roll. It won't make him quit the field totally, but it might buy you time with this guy. But in return, you're going to have to not resist his poison. That's the caveat.
Oh, so I'm going to
So
have
you-
to accept the effect of the poison.
If you accept the effect of the poison, as if to say, I'm not even fucking threatened by it.
Yes,
Just let it
I
flow through.
I mean, don't you have a delayed effect anyway from previous rounds' poison?
it still affected me, but
Okay.
I will accept
As
the effect.
as the poniard point carves a path through your collarbone, he looks at you in the eyes like, "This ain't over," and just phases out.
Do I still have
know-
his shadow?
Yes, you got a chunk of it.
I'll
Not
keep
all of it. A good chunk of it teleported out with him. I'll let you know for free. That was a teleportation effect.
Okay.
Just like a real ranger villain.
Okay, for Baz,
Mm-hmm.
that'll be 20 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And let me just check my poison table. That's the one thing I don't memorize because no one ever runs poisons because they're too bloody expensive.
Just you wait.
Well, I already said what it was. It was a heavy dose of mercury.
Ooh.
Okay.
I do have two things that are related to
That is
poison,
two- for the mercury, that is 2 points each. And it is 2 points of dex and 2 points of con damage.
Okay. 2 dex. 2 con.
You will be able to make fort saves on following rounds.
Yes.
And there'll be 3 more checks in total.
All right.
Though if you succeed on one, it stops. But please keep in mind, you'll be taking -1 to anything dex or con related. And
Alright.
your hit points go down by your level.
Yep. And due to the delayed effect, that will go into effect on my next turn.
Yeah, you can feel the mercury kind of coursing through your veins and attacking your nerves, soaking into your flesh.
Don't forget the
And-
effects of quickening are not working.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Good.
Already factored it in.
And what's more is the mercury itself on the way out is not corroding your armor much, but it's starting to react with the. I believe your armor's made of aluminium currently, isn't it?
I believe so, yes.
Then it's reacting quite badly.
Ooh.
It's starting to slough away in that corner.
Hmm.
So put a note, gap in gorge.
All right.
So if someone makes a cold shot versus your collarbone or your shoulder, it will bypass your armor. But they'll also have to risk mercury exposure to the weapons, which will fuck them up quite badly.
Gotcha. I think that'll be
But-
it for Baz's turn.
Okay. Eventful one, if nothing else.
What were you going to say?
Say an eventful one, if nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The initial assassin has quit the field. Eris, you're faced with this abomination against fashion.
I don't know what fashion is myself. It is not an abomination in my eyes, but I can tell. And we're fucked.
He goes from jittery and kind of like mosh pitting to arms by his sides, slow walk.
He's starting to stretch towards us.
Yeah.
Let's hope his Xbox controller doesn't disconnect.
Is that going to be the next one? It's going to be like saying, I hope you get... It's like, go commit Goblin Cave. It's go commit Logitech controller.
Go become submarine driver. They're already looking for a
Commit
new one.
Subnautica.
Commit barotrauma.
I'd like to roll a knowledge on Kyle.
You may. Planes or religion?
Planes it is. $27.
You know precisely what it is. That's a deathless ghost. Specifically, that's the same kind. That is a very similar, if not the exact same kind of ghost that Armand is.
Hey, how do you kill you guys? It's just what she's gonna ask him.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes. You know the other one? I think he was behind the skeleton. Yeah, Yeah.
Well, in this case, you noticed. Okay, when you first met Armand, you notice you know that he was an amalgamation of about 500 souls. This creature would outnumber him.
Ah.
There's well over 500 souls in this case in one body. It is intensely ectoplasmically dense. Like, even being near this creature, you can kind of hear them howling and shrieking.
That's true.
But in terms of you roll very well, and it doesn't run on his CR, it runs on the CR of the base creature. So you've got like 5 questions.
How do I kill?
It can be harmed by positive energy. Essentially the usual stuff that injure spirits and undead in general. This one is, well, though it's manifested, you know that it can become ethereal. Furthermore, it can quite happily possess people and objects. You're not sure if it's going to happen, well, until you see its full capabilities, it's impossible to assess whether it can possess people to the same degree that Armand can, or if it's got some kind of variation thereof. Deathless ghosts have an enormous amount of variety in the degree to which they can manipulate people. Some people it's purely like mental suggestion, others can possess multiple people directly at once, and some can only do objects. It depends on the breed of ghost, as it were. Kind of like poltergeist versus
the path.
Dibbooks. Yeah.
Amond and Alutum are basically 2 beings that have access to the path of the Devourer and the Dominator. You have no idea what Kyle is.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think in a City of 7 Eras ever met Kyle besides maybe once briefly, but that was after he was out. I'm not sure.
You would have been... Oh yeah, sure. Eris is the one person who actually has legitimate reason for having any knowledge of Kyle. You know that there were a lot of them and they all looked exactly the same.
Yeah, I know there was a whole fucking religion.
Yes, and the major tenets were you had to follow the lifestyle. You had to seek your own internal Kyleness, and upon death, you would reincarnate as one of them. Indeed, many, even undead, at a certain degree of enlightenment, as it was referred to, would spontaneously reincarnate as one of these creatures. They're kind of like a... Imagine if autism were airborne. They're a bizarre spiritual brain plague that spread through that city like a... If the city's like a person, religion. This... Not worse than a religion. It's spread like a disease.
Like an STD.
Yeah, it spread like the clap. It was impossible to get rid of, and it got everywhere.
It's like
so
sand.
No, embracing the Kyle mentality would infect.
be acting in a Kyle-like fashion in proximity of at least one Kyle spreads it to you like a disease.
So I should not be punching drywall now. Okay.
Yeah. Don't punch
Don't
Neri.
punch.
She's currently made of drywall. You think that it's a really bad idea for Neri to get anywhere near this creature. Because looking down at it, as much as he's kind of built like a weedy teenager, looking at the scuffing on the knuckles, like looking at the stains on the knuckles of the armor, it appears that this creature has punched through stone before.
Ugh. Please, no.
Okay. I believe I still
Please
have
don't punch
also
through my drywall.
You have 3.
Oh,
Also, yeah.
one was how to kill.
God.
this
And one was details of how they spread. It was the secondary one. So you got 3 more.
Weaknesses. Would they be the same as how to kill it, like the positive?
Yeah, that would be
stuff?
usual
Okay.
undead weaknesses. They take bonus damage versus smites and such.
Wasn't days one of the things that actually worked on ghosts?
Yes, daze works on undead normally. Stun doesn't. The irony that he doesn't ever suffer from fatigue. Yet everything he consumes is built to energize him.
Or I'm just seeing that it needs a pinch of wool or similar substance. Could I use asbestos?
Yes. Asbestos is technically wool, it's just a mineral wool.
Sponsored by Johnson & Johnson.
What a Twitter thread that was. Good times.
Baby shoes.
Can I
middle
tell
one.
it's hit dice?
Can't get away with those chicks right now.
Bill,
Yes.
may I know it's hit dice?
It's hit dice. This Kyle is... This is only a 5 hit dice Kyle.
Well, days is not gonna have an effect then. Because humanoids of 5 or more hit dice are not affected.
I have a solution for that.
I'll even give you his, because you asked, I'll even give you his class levels. 1 level, Scaled Fist Monk. 4 levels, Unchained Ninja.
I have no clue what either does. That's okay.
Scaled Fist Monk is a charisma-based monk who traditionally are worshippers of dragons and base their fighting styles on them. Unchained Ninja is just a sneaky stabby lad.
Stabby lad. Can I just
You're
throw
not...
a cherry bomb at him? Would I know that that would do damage to him?
No.
Yeah, that would affect him
Does-
normally.
Paris still have any questions left?
I believe so.
Yes, 2. You got 2.
Suggestions are accepted.
What? How much that Kyle is empowered by his religion?
Hmm.
Oh,
I'll
religious.
give you the... Okay. In his current state, if he were to go fully all out, it would allow him to use Coven casting to boost his cast level considerably. And if he does have any kind of magical abilities, which you're not sure of, they would be all... He'd be able to punch far above his weight. Primarily, he can probably bring to bear about 5 members of the cult.
Do they have a specific alignment?
They are all considered chaotic neutral.
Also, just in from Joey Jojo for 5 saying the thumbnail for this video is a Zio driver. Are you a Kamen Rider fan, Aiden?
Well,
She only watched Gaim. Don't trust her.
no, I was gonna say no. I haven't really seen much Kamen Rider, but pretty much everyone else here is a massive Kamen Rider fan, and much of the jokes that have been made this episode are related to Kamen Rider,
Oh, we
and throughout the series. Hey,
Bill,
Joey,
maybe
it's nice to
can
see you too.
show the belts.
Oh yeah, I can bring both belts up again. Down to the handouts again. We got the start from the top. The Kaijin driver. And where's the monster driver going? I'll find things when I want to find them.
I do
Such is
believe
life.
most common order references are made for
Both
Bill
Zeke. Yep.
and videos
Both
too.
ZQ drivers. The original white monster variant is our good friend Lozzie's work, and the black and green classical monster version is Aiden's edit.
When do we get
Many
Peach
opinions.
Rehab?
Listen,
No, I won't. I
Common
won't hear
Rider as a
excuses.
show's record with female characters is not brilliant.
I just want my Peach.
If Neri dies in this episode, she can do it, but also it means that Aiden will have to make it.
Oof.
I'll
Yeah.
post Peach Rehab in players chat. That is a good one. But not carbonated.
Now, unfortunately, I've had some bad experiences with non-carbonated monsters of late.
Only with the green tea one, honestly. That one's trash.
It is.
The one that's called magnesium, and it just tastes like Aiden's magnesium supplements. I'm pretty sure it's just an over-the-counter magnesium supplement with like some mild ultra white monster flavoring.
Yes, I think we have one more question left.
For me, it's OG or nothing. Like, if it's not the black and green one, I'd rather.
I drink the low carb myself.
Rehab, but they don't have this in Netherlands. I die.
So, one more question.
One more question.
What'll it be?
What is his opinions on furries?
Death.
Okay, so I shouldn't
That's a
transform.
given.
Gotcha.
That one's a freebie.
Counters.
As in specific ways to counter his abilities, or what maneuvers he has?
The latter.
Maneuvers, okay. He has, judging by his stance, he is in Battle Dragon stance. A two-weapon fighting martial art stance. He's also further in the following additional stances. Wave the turn. Scattergun Assassin. Dragon Style. And where's the last one? I can never find the last one. I'm trying to find it. It's always the way. You look for it and you can't down or find it when you saw it a million times earlier. Oh, yeah, it's down in this section here. Here we go. Gemini Dancer.
Tome of Battle stance maneuvers.
Gemini Dancer is a spheres stance.
Huh. I see.
A very complex martial art, considering he's in like 4 stances at once. It's probably why his movements are so erratic. He does not appear to be visibly armed.
Could I just throw a cherry bomb at him
You may.
and say, catch this? And did I use diplomacy to try and actually have him catch it?
You may.
I don't think he'll catch it himself.
No, instead he will use his ability, deflect arrows.
No!
And he will bat the cherry bomb to one side, suddenly it's skittering down the hallway, where it explodes uselessly.
There goes 10d4 plus 15 damage. Wait, how many did I make of those again?
You hear
My
a
book.
growling, Eris.
I look towards the growling.
You look down, you see a small silhouette of a dog.
Is it Albert?
Yes. He's growling at the creature.
I'll point at Kyle and say, fetch. Fetch me their souls.
Could you roll me a handle animal, please?
Where? Be a good pupper. You will get bones. Mm. 11. Been having
Currently,
shit rolls.
Currently, he's just barking at him. He hasn't
I'll
quite
give him
plucked up the
head
courage to
pats.
go after him yet.
Head pats it is. Good boy.
Okay.
I will bark with him.
Standard use. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting your character's technically canine.
Can I use an intimidate? Because I'm barking. With bonuses from Albert.
Unfortunately not. As well,
Yeah.
it's still a standard action. Besides, I'll give you a free one. As an undead, he's immune to intimidation.
Damn.
It's hard to spook him, as he himself is spooky. I mean, just look at the drip. That's how you know he's spooky. He's got all the skulls and everything. I textured it myself. It's a massive pain in the ass to do. Soul Calibur 6, character creator aside. Neri, the field is yours.
Okay. I think we're gonna. Okay, we're gonna do about Kyle. Let's see. Sorry to walk away for like a minute to go pee. Could you give me like a quick recap of like the last like 5 minutes? Just real quick.
A cherry bomb was thrown at him,
you
and
got that.
he deflected it
Okay.
easily with the back of his hand.
Yeah.
And furthermore, we know that he has maneuvers
Yeah.
and sphere abilities.
Yeah.
Stances.
Yeah, I got the. I was there for most of the questions. I wasn't sure if there was anything else that
Yeah,
happened.
it's,
Okay.
it's just that he has got some kind of anti-missile defenses.
And intimidation don't work either. He's
Yeah,
spooky
as an
himself.
undead.
Alright. He deflected that with his just like flicked it away with his hands, right?
Yes.
Is what you said. Okay.
He does not appear to be visibly armed, though, as mentioned, his fists are stained with white stone dust.
Right. I probably shouldn't go anywhere near this guy. Right. Because I'm fucking weak and made of drywall. But I was thinking about trying to use my chakra disruption on his hands, but I feel like that might be a really bad idea.
Well, you could risk it. Like, it's... Question is, like, can you disrupt his hands fast enough?
I know. That would be the question, right? I mean, okay. All right, why not? Let's I'm non-lethal, not trying to kill Kyle. Just trying to see if we can talk
He's
this
already
through.
Dead. It'll be fine, Aiden. Just do it.
Whatever. Okay, fine. Well, you can still talk to undead. We're hanging out here with a bunch of ghosts, so.
We should have learned from this, Aiden. Kill him.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to.
They finally found a healthy outlet for some of their age issues.
I'm gonna try to wait for a moment when I can see if there's any point where I can find that both of his hands are pretty easily available, and I could just both grab and then quickly try to do the chakra disruption.
Okay.
I'm trying to hold hands.
Disgusting.
I'll grab at the wrist. That way, it's safe.
Okay.
So, what should I roll for that? The chakra disruption is
It's a touch attack.
yeah, touch attack. So just do my regular unarmed strike with that applied to it.
Yeah, just regular unarmed strike.
Okay.
Okay. Unfortunate.
Oof.
Actually, you know what? As you move into him, he holds out his wrists. Go right ahead.
Oh no. He's letting you smash yourself on him.
I'm scared. Well, how does he know what I'm gonna do?
How does he know what you're gonna do? Would you like to roll a knowledge check to try and figure it out, or perhaps a sense motive?
Sense motive.
Sorry if any scratching picks up. I've got my back scratcher out because the small of my back is itching like a motherfucker.
It has
As long as
been the
it's
whole
fucking
time, and it's been
You already have your
it's
first
been
back scratcher
triggering
out,
me the
Bill.
whole time.
You've been triggering Penny for hours.
Fuck you, Han.
I've only just started scratching my back now, but what defense?
I didn't know what that sound was.
Well, most of it's just me moving around in my chair.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you
Or
hear
skin
that
it,
from me
or
all the time too. My chair's
But,
There's been
that
beard
that-
scratching. I heard it.
Penny heard the scratching, Bill.
Just that, I'm gonna keep doing it more.
Oh, I'm gonna server mute Bill.
Excellent. I'll see myself out.
What's
But,
that?
He's actually been doing it for weeks, like, because he was only on 27%, like, we didn't know.
Yeah, the
Right.
bloody microphone settings. But means me. He's up to something, and you don't know what.
Yeah, I'm confused. How would he have known what I was gonna do?
You're not sure.
So,
But you know, if Eris has relayed the information, you know that you are a chakra and key user. A ninja is very often a key and chakra user
Chakra,
themselves.
yeah.
I would tell Aiden.
So it probably wouldn't work on him anyway.
No, it might still affect them. It's just that this creature can also
You can do the
manipulate.
same,
manipulate chakras.
Oh man, I think that seems like a really bad move to go ahead with that, but I.
Go ahead. What's the worst that could happen?
Out of character and everything.
You scared?
Yeah, a little bit. What do you guys just like? What do you guys think I should do? Yeah, completely out of character because I don't know. I'm afraid of dying here. I'm already in a kind of fucked state. Should I go for it? And I guess ask the chat. Should I go for it?
Feint attack at this point.
Why don't
Feign
you
it.
try and seduce him?
You are the drywall to his Kyle. To his fist.
Oh, that's true.
You are the drywall to his fist.
Would I know that from anything that Penny asked that he's really into? He loves drywall. I mean, he loves punching it, but
She knows about the cult. She ran into it at one point. But
would Neri have that kind of general information about Kyle's relationship with drywall?
not necessarily. But the stereotype does not exist on the island because Kyles don't exist here.
But
Right.
you do
Until
notice
now.
rock dust on his knuckles.
Do I get the opinion or the idea from my sense?
You can
He's
show
being
up that
flirtatious.
perhaps you can show up your way around to figuring out that he has a history with some kind of stonework, but that's about it. You know that a lot of martial artists do practice by punching stone.
Okay, so so he's got his hands out. So instead of Instead of going ahead with the unarmed strike and blocking the key, I will hold hands with Kyle.
Disgusting. Shut this shit down. Shut that fucking feed off. I'm not being party to this.
No. Keep the cameras rolling.
Something about you makes me.
Not that kind of show.
Makes me, just something about you. I couldn't help.
Blur it out. Get me a mosaic filter.
I just had a feeling in
Do I have
my
any
heart
mosaic shit?
Let me see if there is one for OBS.
that you were fond
Man's
of
this sick filth.
someone of my persuasion, and I can't help but feel a little bit of the same from your, accoutrement. It's very attractive.
From deep in the back of the skeleton skull, he can hear a faint.
At least one ghost is loved.
Roll your choice of diplomacy or bluff. That means you mean it. Just so you know.
I know.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Bill, you've made the mistake of putting your own character into this. You expected Aiden not to go for this?
Like, this is a very strange. Like, how am I going to try and figure out what you do in this situation? He's being like sexually harassed by drywall. This is not a circumstance that Kyle is meant to be having to deal with.
I mean, but I think it's a question at some point Kyle should have to deal with. Yeah, exactly. He should be stun locked by now. The drywall loves him back. Ooh woo.
Like revulsion washes over the area.
From Kyle, though?
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
I just got the impression that you had a certain interest in people such as myself. I couldn't help but notice.
Okay, he's gonna use an effect.
Oh no.
Also, Wormick is mentioning that there was a wish early on that Neri's madly in love with someone she's never met.
Oh god.
Which might be fitting.
Oh.
It's a fitting excuse, wouldn't you say?
Disgusting. Disgusting.
What did you say your name was again?
Steve. Yeah, Steve.
No, it's Kyle. Or else we'll be yelling over.
You shut the fuck up!
You go suck
Kyle?
some dick! Well,
The skeletal
more so
laughter gets
crunch
louder in the
rocks, I
back of his
guess.
head.
Oh. Well.
Let me show you the dance of my people. He will use the maneuver equivocate, making you ethereal.
Huh?
At that point, you will find yourself sunk up to the neck in the stone beneath you as you fall through the floor up to the extremity of the ability of motion.
Couldn't she use Mage Hand to just lift herself up?
Potentially, but she'll have to use an action to do so.
Yeah, I mean, I did
He's
that
gonna
attack
u-
and then...
He is going to use an attack opportunity to start moving away. Okay,
Kyle has become the rock
No,
muncher.
wait,
See,
Kyle, come
he has an ability which is he has greater reposition. So if he repositions somebody, he gets attack of opportunity, and he can use attacks of opportunity to do things like steal and reposition. So he should reposition himself 5 feet away.
Please don't go. This was going so well. We'd only just met.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm married to the game.
The skeletal laughing will get louder.
He will take a self-assurance sip.
Can I offer him some therapy on the go?
I got the therapy I need right here, and hold up the can.
It just cracks open a can of Monster.
I'm not cracking open another one. I've already
know.
had 3. This is my 3rd today. I'll die.
You don't need any more.
Can I
You've had
take
enough.
Can I take an out of turn sip of Stella Fatois?
You may.
Very nice.
Okay, here's the rule. If someone takes a drink of something that isn't a potion, everyone who sees it is allowed to take a reactive sip.
Can I offer Aiden some?
I have one as well, that phase.
Okay, I will pour one out for the boys. And
Just
the
sort of go
gals.
cheers quietly.
Bill, two voices echo inside of Kyle's ears.
Oh, by the way, Neri, as a result of being hit with Equivocate, you were also forcibly drawn back into the psychic network.
Oh. Okay.
You are affected by every effect that affects Kyle. So you can also hear the shrieking echoing of several hundred Kyles.
Oh God. How do I? Do I just instantly go insane?
No, it's more annoying.
You just hear
Yeah.
many lovers. It is fine.
She becomes enamored.
Wait, you can harass them in the psychic network.
Oh, that's good.
Assault them.
That's a good idea. I
This has
can send
backfired
basically
spectacularly.
mind emails.
See, this is why
at everyone
this is the
with
downside
the
of playing as Kyle. Kyle's dumb as shit.
At everyone and all the Kyles. Drywall.
That's
Okay,
fine.
but everything you
See?
send to them, you have to at everyone on the Discord server. And send it through general chat. That's the rule.
Okay.
Bill, two voices emanate from inside of Kyle.
I apologize in advance.
The whole server.
If you want to be a part of this, I will try to do some of it. And if you are not a part of our Discord, it should be linked in the description. It usually is. But let's see. Is it in the Discord? Is it still linked?
Put
Yes,
them
it
up the
is.
announcements
So,
chat.
yeah. Yeah, I'll put it in like announcements or something, or game talk, something like that. Just for rolling in the Isles, which is different from the Broken Crown Discord.
Yeah, so you don't like tag how many people on Broken Crown? Enough?
Quite a few.
I mean,
In Kyle's ears, he could hear two voices whisper to him,
You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now.
Try me, bitch.
We'll see who's the real low tier god.
Tell you what, you two idiots back there, find out for me while I send you to him.
go on, Aiden.
an echoing voice screams back, Try me, bitch.
Harass them.
Thank you, Naughty.
Try Crystal Dragon, Jesus, don't try me.
At everyone, the Kyles.
Try Kyle, don't try me, says Kyle.
He just points to another Kyle mentally.
You do note, those of you who are in the network currently, note that there's this looming higher presence even above the Kyles you've seen. This morass, this massive marauding horde of people with a collective IQ of about 14 in total. There is a looming sense of something above them. Like they're nothing more than a bunch of bumblefuck puppets. And that there's a greater overarching will. To put in terms that the crowd out there in the cheap seats can understand, think something along the lines of the Malkavian Madness Network. There is a looming will that seems to rule over these puppet Kyles.
For those who are similar to my character, basically how Yugo serves as the horde for the network and the two pilot, this one is piloting them.
Though it seems to be more mimetic, like there's a set of like strict parameters that are programmed into each of them.
Aiden, you can fix him.
Let's see. Well,
It's just
obviously.
another sad boy. Look at Bill.
Is Kyle a sad boy? And Neri doesn't know enough about Kyle. He's just magnetically drawn to him, apparently. It's like drywall to a Kyle's
And
face.
unfortunately, only Eris is allowed to roll history checks on him because she's the only person who has visited the city. And that was a previous life, technically speaking.
Mhm.
So she gets ancestral memory of it. That's about it.
May
You can
I
get to
write
know
now?
every Kyle
Or-
personally.
You may.
Yes. 19.
Okay. You know, everyone knows roughly, well, your previous life. Everyone in the city kind of knew how Carl came to be. He was killed in a training accident at the academy.
Oof. The same one they had visited? For the one
Yes.
mission? Oh, I see.
Yes. He was part of the the specialist program that deal with like the basically the gifted children, not the quotation marks gifted, but the actually like gifted in skill children. Unfortunately, the instructor was Red Rumbler, who killed him in one punch by mistake.
So, would he get like physical whiplash if Red Rumbler were to be mentioned?
Oh, well, that's interesting. What does this mean? Since I am in the Red Rumbler cult, religion, whatever.
You're not sure.
Do we have a Red Rumbler business card?
Well, Neri's got his symbol like burned into a stone.
Yeah.
Flash him.
It's like Romeo and Juliet, star-crossed lovers. There you go.
Oh, it's
Fucking
so-
bar-crossed lovers, a bunch of fucking alcoholics.
Aiden, flash him. Flash him the symbol. It's worse that could happen.
Why are you're telling me I should do that? Eris is?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll show. Wait, before you go, you might be interested in seeing this. I guess. I feel like this is gonna make me just want to kill me instead of running away. But okay. And then I'll show the. Where is the symbol?
Is on the back of your hand, which means you'd have to deactivate at least one lobster rage fist.
Yeah, I'll deactivate one of my lobsters.
Do you deactivate it or do you just remove it? Because you can remove them physically.
Just hold
like
it.
slip them off like a glove.
Oh, I just take it off without having to like totally without dismissing it. Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
It is now an angry lobster.
I'll hold the angry lobster in my lobster hand, in my other lobster hand.
Okay. You will need to roll a handle animal to reinsert your hand up the lobster's backside in order to wear it again.
Couldn't just dismiss and redo it, but alright.
You could, but this one's funnier.
It's funnier,
You've brought in comedy elements into the scene, more than already existed. You're going to reap what you sowed.
Alright, I'm happy.
It's the closest anyone's actually gotten to actually fighting and winning against Kyle, so please enjoy it while it lasts. So you made him dreadfully uncomfortable. What the fuck is that?
I was informed.
Do I look like I own a fucking Xbox? Now, don't get me wrong, I could understand owning an Xbox. What do we?
Do you know Red Rumbler?
I think the boss does, not me. Do I look fucking old to you?
No, you're filled with youthful handsomeness.
Ew. You made a fucking drywall. It's fucking weird. It makes a person on a drywall.
Thought you liked drywall. Ooh woo.
The discomfort radiating through everything. You know what? I'm just gonna head out.
Wait, well, I'll message you through the psychic.
The fuck
network.
you will. He disconnects from the call. just he looks over at Corey. Just mail me the belt back when you get the chance, okay? If you don't, I'll fucking hunt you down. Isn't fucking over.
I'll be here.
Well, you'll have to be. You're currently up to your neck in concrete.
Yeah. Not going anywhere.
I take it's gonna be soft initiative.
Yes. Currently, the two looming threats have left the site for now. That said, you still have a mechanical assassin who has managed to actually land hits on Baz and do appreciable damage, and you're down a skeleton, unfortunately.
Also, I just want to read out one comment from the chat saying Zama spent $200 in order to get his boss fight sexually assaulted. Hope it was worth every penny. I have the feeling this is gonna have some repercussions down the line. I am scared.
Real quick, Will. Could I ask Faustus to cast rather than healing flame, purifying heat to try and burn away the poison within my bloodstream.
You may.
I'll also
Alright.
pull out
In return,
Neri.
it's going to be a while before you can call on Faustus' aid again.
That's fine, honestly.
What level spell is that?
It is a sphere spell, so
Ugh. How many spell points? Honestly, this makes it easier.
yeah, it is. Let me double check this. It's 1 spell point.
Yeah. Okay. Reduce your max health by 1 till you get a proper rest, like a proper human scale rest, not that bullshit trollkin stuff where you just regrow limbs every 10 minutes. An actual until Faustus gets enough proper 8-hour rest, because it runs on his timetable, not yours.
Right.
You'll have a 1 less maximum hit points.
All right,
Where does that leave
So-
me in the Mindscape book?
just level.
Your mindscape isn't.
He's disconnected from the server.
You don't. He does not seem to be here any longer, as far as you're aware.
Did it get jettisoned out instantaneously, or is it gradual?
It's hard. It's like a phasing out. It's like a song fading out. But the song is autism.
That means they had no chance to change back normally.
It's like a Weezer album slowly being turned down.
I'll be helping Neri out
Actually,
of
no.
the ground.
Okay, it's specifically Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 soundtrack, very slowly turned down.
Considering the last thing he was doing was focusing on a detect magic spell, he didn't have enough time to mentally register.
It's a sign of a strange sublimation. It's like watching a crossfade in a film. So watching that tangible, paranoia-inducing, almost omnipresent violation of your privacy slowly fade away. You'd liken it to painkillers kicking in.
However, on the concentration of the spell, am I able to get a general lock on where it was, considering now it's a lingering aura?
It seemed to have been traveling through the crawl spaces above the ceiling level. So rather than going through the walls, it was going through the ceiling and on the floor you're on currently.
Okay.
Currently you're on the balcony level. Point over here. So it would have been on the not the ground floor, the first floor I can't remember whether it's the Yanks or the Britbongs that call the second floor ostensibly the first floor.
Okay.
So ground floor, it's not here. You're here.
We call it
He's in the crawl
ground
space here.
floor and the first floor, that's the correct one.
Yeah. Okay. So not on the first floor, you're on the second floor. He's in the gap between the second and third floors.
The mezzanine.
Yes, the mezzanine.
More of a crawl space.
Okay.
Gap between floorboards.
And his presence is not currently there now.
Not perceptibly, no.
Okay. They're going to fade in from his mindscape back into the physical plane.
It's kind of a weird slurping noise as he manifests out of ectoplasm again.
There's now 2 figures that the party do not directly recognize standing in front of them, now arguing. God damn it, I had a lock on him! Where did he go? I don't fucking know. You tell me!
Perception
Hello?
to ignore.
Hello?
This is getting out of hand now. There are 2 of them.
Hello? What? Well, you're not
No,
well, you're scared.
you can't really ignore them. There's 2 of them there.
Can I ignore one of them at least?
Okay, which one do you want to ignore? Do you want to ignore
Blue
blue raspberry or
avatar.
purple drink? Okay, blue skull group is being ignored. Captain Purple Drank, however, is a bit hard to ignore. That's quite the garish hat. Also, it's strange that the hat matches the waistcoat and not the wider kind of overcoat.
His mama taught him sensible fashion.
Do the shoes at least match the... Or is it matched to the Is it matched to the overcoat or matched to the waistcoat?
It's matched to the waistcoat.
Okay, so the major call is the kind of carmine and white, with the purple just being an accent on the overcoat. Okay, just so all the artsy people know.
He wears gaiters on his shoes, and everybody cares to draw that.
Well, currently the said gators are being a bit ruined by all the swampy kind of pseudo sewer water.
Yes. However, Armand is going to look at the rest of the party. You can say us, can't you?
You're being ignored.
Everyone just kind of turns around, does the exact thing Kyle just did. Just like...
I'm paying attention to Neri.
At which point...
Everyone just go, maybe if we don't make eye contact, they can't see us.
At which point...
Don't move. They can't see us.
At which point, Amon's going to grab his face and start physically pushing it back inside of itself. Until eventually, his face returns to what he originally introduced himself looking as. The last time he told the party what it looked like.
Oh, anime, kill it!
So, ignored.
Meanwhile, Luton's going to stand up and say, and look over at Hans with a very serious glow in his eyes. He's not completely gone. He's still in there somewhere.
Well, fortunately we are warded by cringe, it seems.
Yes.
Is there anything more powerful than Sanctuary?
Yeah.
Sanctuary casts as a 9th level spell slot. Cringe!
Like, Luton will run his fingers across his bald head as though he's grabbing onto locks.
Oh, I'm glad you said ended up saying bald head, because I thought you were about to say running your fingers against something else.
No. He'll run his fingers across his bald head until he reaches the back of his head, where it seems like he's undoing invisible knots. And as he does so, his face will resume its general appearance, or what he usually looks like, before he then trussles out his hair. Our plan was to do a dual-prong assault of you assaulting his mind and body, but it seems that you somehow successfully were able to do both. How did you do that?
Well, I'd rather not talk about it, frankly. Just, it's honestly just best if we move on from this. Just consider it a cruel form of divine intervention, if anything.
Yes,
The little light on the back of Neri's hand will blink in a code.
Hmm?
I had nothing to do with this. I refuse to take fucking responsibility for that display. It's blinked in Morse code.
He was
From-
trying to use Zalmus's character against his own wish.
Almond sees the glowing on Theory's hand and walks over. Oh, what the fuck's that? Oh.
Oh,
rumble
a message
symbol-
from the boss, yeah.
Yeah, your rumble symbol's blinking.
I may have fucked up.
What do you mean?
I don't know if the boss is super happy with my recent actions.
What'd you do? Try to stab somebody?
No, there's a pretty cool guy who showed up and seemed like we had a magnetic attraction in terms of, fist to drywall.
Upon hearing the word magnetic, Armand is going to immediately record and say, "Oh! Oh! Hello! What? She tried to seduce him!"
I didn't try to seduce anyone. I didn't do it. I just
The one unifying, the unifying thing in the party isn't like camaraderie, it isn't survival. These people would rather spit in each other's eyes as they burn, but no, it's this simple phrase: mixed race couple, cringe.
Guitar riff.
You will also notice that you're currently halfway to the floor.
Yeah, I have noticed that.
Oh, hang. She's got that Drakengard tech going on.
He'll grab your hands, and he'll like, ugh, and he'll try to interlock them, and then
That's
slowly
more
his eyes.
cringe. And I would have helped her out of the ground already with telekinesis, but okay.
I'm gonna call it a group effort. You can have one thing you can bond upon, which is extracting a fucking Little Miss drywall from the stone.
I will use my action to drink.
Excellent choice. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna do the goddamn same thing. Where's my gin?
It was rather painful to witness, and that's quite telling because I've got mercury running through my veins right now.
That
It's going. It's so stupid. Oh god. In the same action that Almond is trying to pull her out of the ground by phasing her, just like he did to him, but it's not an ability that they really have mastered, so it's giving him a time to struggle with. Is going to ethereal sidestep towards you because you're holding his bag, reach into the bag, and pull out an evil code red, and then clank against her mug a Stelpatois, saying, "Cheers," as he stifles a laugh at what's currently taking place in front of him.
everyone tries to process the fucking bullshit they've witnessed this evening. The party is traumatized.
The ghost is like chuckling in between sips.
I'd rather this than German document.
and Almon's gonna take 20 while he physically is grimacing at the fact that he's holding hands with her.
Cold Warmack. Cold Warmack for $20 says cringe +2 dice rolls to Neri.
I take
In
the
what capacity?
10,000 rolls.
Okay.
Let's
Is that what you
wait
meant?
to confirm.
Plus 2 dice rolls. Yeah, roll twice in the chart.
Okay.
Godspeed.
Because the only other alternative I could think is that he means like +2 to everything that's like positive levels. Essentially.
Yeah, I was like,
But
what?
That would
Okay,
be weird.
that's
thank
not,
you.
it's not going to be that. It's not going to be. He's
I
not
would
encouraging that
wish in
shit.
this
I
situation.
thought he meant that he was
Oh,
upping her difficulty
wait,
rolls
sorry,
by
sorry.
two.
No, I think it's 2 additional rolls in the chart.
Oh, it's just
Hang on, sorry. I need to post it in the general chat. The thing that immediately drew to my mind. I'll put it in shitpost corner. The thing that drew to mind in the situation. Good old Florkheim from
When you were
Drakengard 1.
looking at Kyle's
Oh, it's
calves.
Florkheim. Yes, Florkheim. It's Florkheim. Where'd you post it?
Shitposting.
Oh, shit, post.
Where it belongs.
Also, will you then take those 2 rolls that are separate?
They should be separate, yeah.
25,
25, 77, and...
It all depends. If the 2 constituent rolls are interesting,
Take the
I'll
funniest
use
one,
those.
yeah.
And if it's the combined one's better, I'll use that.
Uh,
Huh.
Mm.
Okay, that one's an interesting one. Okay, I could go with efforts to become invisible temporarily age the caster 1d10 years, but you're made of stone. It doesn't mean a fucking thing. Okay, note this down. Caster's charisma rises to 19 in the presence of royalty.
Oh! Is this what I'm getting?
Yep.
Yes.
That's actually pretty good.
so, whenever
I'm...
Mark
Oh, a
is
nice
noticing the
monarchist.
bourgeoisie.
Monarchy gang, let's go!
Okay, I'm gonna do the rare thing. I'm gonna do both of these ones. Target's full hit points are restored.
What? For real? Oh my god, okay.
But target's left arm is fused into a nearby boulder.
Oh god.
Doesn't really change much.
Boulder
Yeah, I
arm.
mean, I am a boulder.
If
Is
you
my
can get to
arm
sol-
just
if
a
you can
boulder
get-
now?
Your arm has accidentally fused with a granite boulder somewhere within the substance of the wall. As a result, your left arm is now kind of one big chunk of stone.
Okay.
Ballin'. What cost?
If you can get to a sculptor, they may be able to perform like somewhat of a pseudo surgery to restore functionality to your arm. Until then,
Okay.
consider it one big chunk of stone.
Big
Can I
So you
punch
can't
people
really-
with it?
Yeah, it'll be a slam attack 1d8.
Okay.
As he finishes pulling her out of the wall, he'll just take a look at her arm like, "Huh? Did you always used to have one giant piece of arm?"
No, but
Bitch built like a fiddler crab.
You know, it seemed to have fused with the rock for a while, and some of it stuck. It seems.
Was that the one that had the crab on or the lobster on?
Both of my
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah,
Have
imagine-
The lobster has
Oh,
become
that's true.
stuck in a matrix of granite radium deposits, and as that happened, the veil itself kind of unveiled itself, deveiled itself, like demanifested, but left your arm trapped as you're no
Okay.
longer incorporeal.
Okay, but if I
Lobster.
get my
If you
hand
see a
fixed,
sculptor,
yeah.
you can get like full motion restored, but you'll need to see a sculptor about it.
Okay,
Oh,
I need to see
make
a
sure
bunch
Until
of
then,
people.
your armor is one big slab.
Write that
However-
down. Write that down.
Unexpectedly, a look of concern will go across Almon's face. He's like, "Hold still," and he'll face his hand, and he'll try to give you a high five through the boulder.
It's like I picture someone like reaching out their hand as they drown, and someone high fives them.
All right, I'll just smack the boulder into you in my gentlest way possible.
Like, okay, now flex your fingers if you can.
Can I still feel it? Like, I can still feel my
Yeah,
hand
it's
inside
just
the
it's
boulder?
pinned in a weird place. Like it's
Yeah.
got bits of stone fused to yours. Essentially, in the gaps in your bones where you'd lost substance, the granite has kind of gotten stuck,
Mhm.
and it's now where in the gaps in where the bone is porous. It's allowed it to move through.
Mhm.
So you'll need to see a sculptor essentially.
Yeah.
Until then, you only have one functional arm. The other one is just one big chunk.
Okay.
He'll phase his arm into your square, and he'll do a flexion test. But when he tries to flex your fingers, his fingers flexes through the stone. Yep, that is absolutely fucked. You are gonna need some help to unstick that.
Yeah, it seems like it. I had quite a lot of work done when we get back to the city.
Hey, you saved us, and that's what fucking matters. And he'll walk up to her and give her a hug. Pat her on the back. That's some good shit.
I don't really know how I say to anybody. I was just trying to get that man's deets, you know, and then he cut me out of his neural network.
Hey,
Oh well.
you survived a deathless ghost that was better. Like, that had more of us in him than him. It's good.
Oh, thank you, I suppose.
You'll then grab your hand and has the rumble silver on it and be like, "You see that, you bastard? She's performing even better than you thought she would. Good conscript. Good conscript." You'll then look you over.
Well, what?
You'll then look you
I'm
over.
again not sure how happy Red Rumbler is about all this, but
Fuck him. He's not down here to help us. However, you need a once-over. Come here. Let me have a look at you.
Blinking on the arm, I can still hear you. You ungrateful gaggle fucks.
He will look at the arm as he performs a heal check. I know you can fucking hear me. I want you to hear it. Who the fuck was that?
I'm gonna take a few steps away from him.
What?
He just
Well,
goes,
actually, yeah, I guess I don't know that. I don't really know either. Besides what I gleaned from what Penny said, and Penny knows, but Neri doesn't. So
it blinks at Morse code. You've now reached the Red Rumbler helpline. Due to being out of office hours, please press 1 for bookings. Press 2 for gym rental for private functions, or press 3. Where's my son? For Red Rumbler's Ranch, Steakhouse and Dining.
Steak sounds good right now.
the steak does sound good right now. You
The
know,
ghost-
water sounds good. Anything sounds good. Being a mile underneath the fucking city.
Several, I believe.
Yeah.
The ghost will visualize that her hand is a dial, and with an extension of his ghost hand over hers, he will extend the ring finger inwards and try to press 3.
Don't you have a? I mean, yeah, true, but don't
He
you
does
also
not.
have a? Oh,
He
right. I
does
thought you
not.
had a contract. with Rumbler?
He made a paper contract. He did not take a deal with him.
All right.
What do I have it listed as? Sorry, I have terrible trouble finding Kyle's artwork all the time. I've got a request for it. Was it a new bitmap image?
You hear popping in the distance. The fireworks have begun in my town.
Not quite yet. It's not what's coming through.
I see it as a BMP file. Jesus. But yes, that concludes the combat. If you'd like to collect yourselves together in the center of the screen, I can move you across to the next map because we're finally going to go. This is the direct lead up to the dungeon proper.
What?
I've been trying to get you cocksuckers to this for ages.
It's been like months at this point.
Okay, let me quickly just set up all of your roleplay amongst yourselves whilst I set up your lighting.
Eris will give Albert many head pats for being brave and barking.
Harry will approach Eris and be like, Eris, how much do you know about boys?
I'm only keeping one of the fucking Ghost Brigade. I'm sorry. You only get
Flipping
one.
down the earmuffs.
You ever liked a boy, you don't know how to talk to him because he cuts you out of his neural network and dissipates into another dimension.
There is a visible face of
Eris
concern
will
on
take a
Almond.
moment to think. Then she remembers she had a child in a previous life accidentally. Don't ask how. She's like,
There's a visible.
Haven't we all?
I don't know if
There's
we
a
had
visible
a
look of
neural
concern.
connection. You just appeared with a kid at the door one day. I don't know how.
Relationships
We
are
were
difficult.
roommates, you know.
Oh, I have heard that does happen sometimes.
It's weird, you know. You think usually the lady would get the kid. But no, he just appeared with the kid, and he was like, alright, like a fucking like
The blown his
taller,
cock
like
off.
bigger. I was like, huh? I was very confused. But
Relationships are confusing.
There is
I
still a
suppose
reverberating
one
look
of them was a bit more out of this world. No, I had to give him Coast Touch armor. Well, it was weird. We don't question.
Cheese touch armor? Wait, what?
it. Ghost Touch, not Cheese Touch.
I wasn't sure.
There's a visible look of concern going across Almond's face as he's still giving you your pseudo-physical. You're not seriously in love with this creature, are you?
Oh no. Well, no. I mean, we don't even know each other.
Well, she will pat your back. There's always a second time.
Yeah, there's plenty
No.
more Kyles in the sea. Don't worry about it.
There's lots.
There's
plenty
many
of-
walls that need to be punched, and I'm sure you'll get your walls punched too.
Oh, a smile.
sorry.
There is a audible retching sound as Almond goes.
Yeah, for me. Disgusting. This is occasionally a family show due to us being
Oh, why
mislaid
did you
in
put
the
it on the
algorithm.
kids' site then for YouTube? Come on, Bill.
Yeah, well, we need to get back on
It's
YouTube
okay.
Kids.
I'll keep mentioning clowns in the titles from now on.
How much alcohol can I consume in a full round action, Bill?
I don't know. I'm about to find out my damn self.
Listen, you told us to roleplay amongst ourselves. I'm just doing what you said.
Ludum's gonna hold out his evil code red kid and go.
Oh my god.
Just go ahead. Go ahead and top me off, boss. Just go ahead and top me off.
Can I?
This is all it took to finally instill some camaraderie in these cocksuckers. Is to just show
Women being
a event of such cringe that everyone had to clench together into a gigantic multi-person fist. In just
And
sheer
there's drywalls that
fucking
need to be
agony.
punched. You're correct,
Okay.
Bill.
Bill, for the consumption of Stella Fatoi, is it cardio or lucid dreaming?
Well, here's the
Well,
thing,
first
though.
one and then the other on a good day.
If it's, the
Right.
kind of,
Technically, it's endurance.
if it's the kind of wall punching that you're talking about, though, Eris, would it still be drywall, or would it not be wet wall?
Well, that depends on how much time
Limestone.
he takes.
Hmm.
Though, since you're a drywall, you can probably hold quite a lot of water.
That's true. Oh god. We've really degenerated.
Today at work, I came in from the rain, and I said to this other guy, I said, "Wow, it's wetter than your mom at the African Cup of Nations out there."
Jesus Christ. No, the one I heard at work is horrendous. It's from a mate Luke, and his line was, "I'm sweating like Peter Schofield on the school run." It's like, Jesus Christ, like, calm it down. There are customers on site.
As Almon's trying to continue his exam, Ludum will just start ethereal sidestepping around, specifically out of his point of view, just making sipping sounds on the evil code red.
Cat
And then-
hissing sounds.
No, he's just
The party is traumatized.
making the sound of like someone sucking really hard on a straw to get the rest of his drink out of the cup.
Hang on, I've got a straw right here.
Man, he can't even suck.
Trigger warning.
And like between sips, he'll just get right up in Almon's ear and like, you know, he's still in our head, right? Should we put her in there as a defense mechanism? And he's audibly grinning at the same time and laughing with his throat, but he's still drinking at the same time.
Wait a minute, are you guys are you in Kyle's neural network?
He'll look over at her and a grin will go across his face. Almond will reply, please God, please don't tell him.
1, 2, 3,
Please don't kill him.
Maybe you can send him some message pigeons through them.
I could send. Yeah, I know. I could at least send
you
some
can like
messages. You could
sext
see if
him
we could
through
talk.
them, you know.
Oh, I know that's a little too. I don't know. Well, it's not. You know, just you won't. Till a little too abrupt.
Eris.
Oh no! Front.
As you're walking along, you hear a click.
Oh no!
Do I get a
Could you roll me a reflex save, please?
Yeah, okay. I'm instigating too much shit today, and I'm about to catch these hands. 21.
You quite quietly look down, and your foot is on what appears to be a large metal and ceramic disc with a pressure plate in the middle.
Oof.
Do I recall having seen mines before in our time on
Yes.
this island? Do I recognize it as such?
Yes.
Can
If
I
it's a
move
pressure plate.
people away with telekinesis from me?
No, wait. If it's a pressure plate, we should be able to just put some other shit on it to keep it down. Then we
This is
run
not
the fuck
Indiana
away.
Jones. Don't worry,
We
I'll
don't
be
know
fine.
that.
I'll be fine.
You could roll engineering
Wait.
or disable device, or
I have an idea. Let me think. I want to take one of Carl's ghosts and hold it next to me and step off the plate. They have
Almond
ghost
will look at
touch.
you. Almond will look at you. Woman, there's only 2 of us right now. Remember?
Well, yeah, one of them. And it's gonna be next to me when this thing goes off.
You realize we could just pull you with rope, right?
No, I don't care. I will take the one that
Okay.
I can actually hear, the one with the hat. Purple stuff.
He will look over at Ludum. Are you just gonna let this happen?
Well, too bad, you don't have strength to go against it, I believe.
oh, true. He doesn't actually have a strength skill.
Yeah, so I can
So
just
for power
move
checks,
you.
No, he does. You still need to make an opposed check, but it's your int versus his strength, which is considered a 10. Though, actually, considering this is a situation where he can leverage his flexibility, it would be versus his dex.
Yes.
Would I roll my int then?
Yeah, you roll your int, and he rolls his dex.
Damn.
So is the 15 or the 21?
It should be the 15.
Because he managed to just wriggle out. But
Lucky.
if anyone would like, the mine is not terribly well hidden. If anyone would like to roll an engineering check or anything like that, you may do so.
All right.
Armand is now going to look at Eludum. Why don't you just call me back, you bastard? He will continue taking a long, hard sip on his drink.
That is a landmine. It appears to be of some kind of strange geometric design. It's very well made. It's almost like a work of art into itself.
Do we know how much damage they do?
Quite a bit.
I'm so tempted to just kick it away.
It is quite deeply indented into the ground. It would be very difficult to get enough leverage. Someone painstakingly carved by hand a gap for this mine, laid it in completely flush and primed it.
I would like to first send away Albert. Ask him to leave the plane.
Roll me a handle animal.
Yes. For I do not want my pepper hit.
Bill, could I use Reforge
24.
to try and deactivate the mine?
You may attempt it. Your choice of engineering or disable device. Or you can do.
Let's have a look.
Or you can attempt a magical combat check.
I'll go with UMD.
Albert will protest, but eventually tuck his tail between his legs and slink away.
I'll give him headbutts. It'll be fine.
Okay. If you can get some way of keeping the pressure on that pressure plate, you can weld it in place with your metal bending.
Couldn't you just keep it in a pressed state with reforging?
The problem is that the pressure plate is so small, your foot covers it.
Bill,
So
can
you
I
can't get line of effect.
I mean,
can I put the
just
sack
use
of flour on top of it?
How much flour do you have?
50 pounds worth, or like 35 actually.
How much is
I also have a kettlebell, but the flour
Oh,
sounds funnier.
Eris is
You will have to
85
equal Eris's weight.
85 pounds. Oh, geez, sorry.
Eludum clears
I
his throat.
have I have some shit that I could probably offload that I've
think-
just
honestly,
I
I
can
think
just attempt acrobatics to get it weight, right?
How much does the kettlebell weigh?
Let's see if I have it specified. I'm not sure. I think I did.
Don't you normally get it so that it's enough to proc your weightlifting?
Yeah.
So it has to be like your maximum strength. Like how much you can weigh.
My guess is it would probably be like more like 100 pounds, so it's a bit more manageable to carry around.
Could I use
So yeah, as long
touch
as
to freeze the mechanism?
you can if you use frigid touch, you can buy yourself a split second, which would be enough to get the kettlebell in place. And the kettlebell weighs more than you, so it wouldn't go off because it goes off when the plunger is no longer
What
depressed.
about rigid touch?
Would lock it in place.
I do believe we are out of initiative,
Yes.
so I would be allowed to use the ring of Grammarian
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
turn it into rigid touch to lock it in place.
Yeah, it's locked in place for the duration of the spell.
Okay, I'm letting everyone know. Please, let's get moving. A little unlocking. Let me check how. Well, the duration is instantaneous, so I don't know if this just means...
What's the damage of frigid touch?
46 points of cold damage.
God damn.
Causes his target to be staggered for 1 round. If the attack is a critical, the target is staggered for 1 minute instead.
Roll me a attack roll, please.
Would that be just my intelligence and d20?
Yes, I presume you're using your telekinesis to deliver this.
Yes, I cannot go through my shoe with my hand. 19.
Okay. It's not a crit, but so you get 1 round to get that kettlebell in place or to get away from this. You're not sure how wide the blast radius is going to be.
Also, just in from Zalmus for 20, saying, mines are like roaches. There's never just one. 3 more clicks. I'll accept my fate.
Oh no, I roll randomly for each one.
Oh.
Oh dear.
I like how right before this, Zelma's message is my children.
Comrade, you get a click. And I got a 6, which is a nut, which is 2. Neri. Comrade is trodden on 2 mines at once. So he's just like power stancing and he just 2 clicks.
Yeah.
Finally. Final twister.
As I go flying in the air, I'm going to stay in the same stance as well.
Oh, you're just going to tank it? Actually, he probably could.
I mean, he did take
okay.
quite a bit of damage from the Gorg,
So,
though.
The
Gorg
I would
is on
consider...
one of the mines.
Okay, so you've got 1 mine that is semi-disabled and needs to get either weighted down or hit with disabled device, and you've got 3 others. That is 2 for Comrade and 1 for Neri.
Sorry, say again. Just got back from the bathroom.
You've trodden a landmine.
Oh, great.
Thank you, Zalmus. Very cool.
Yay.
Yeah, they don't come up very often, considering how many of them there are.
And I took 2 damage, you said?
No, you're
Oh no,
standing
you've
on
not.
No,
You're
we're still
standing on a mine.
standing on them.
Oh, you're still standing on it. Okay.
Yeah.
They can be
They,
I didn't
I would
like
say
that.
they are impeccably made. Someone put
Okay.
a lot of love into these landmines.
I thought that we took damage. My bad. Okay, cool.
I'll put the kettlebell on and reforge the one that Penny is standing on.
Meanwhile,
Okay. That one fuses shut.
Meanwhile, Ludum will ethereally sidestep to Neri, and he'll put a hand on her shoulder. Would you like to be able to see Kyle again?
Maybe. Yeah, it might be interesting. I mean, we didn't really get much of a chance to talk.
What would you be willing to do to be able to see Kyle again?
Don't accept any contracts. Sounds like bullshit to me.
Yeah, the only contracts that should be associated with love is getting married. Hang on, that's dodgy as well.
You'll notice that as he's talking, there is
No, it's not, Bill. No, it's not.
As you hear him talking to you, you will see a very visible sense of distress going over the other ghost's face. And he is pleading. And as he keeps pleading...
He's shaking his head going, just mouthing, no, 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 no.
And as he is pleading, his eyes are glowing bluer.
I'd just like to maybe send him a message or something. We didn't really get to talk. I just felt like we had a lot in common.
I know. And such a young lover you are.
Says the one that was actively gagging at this.
Exactly. It's like you seem kind of upset.
That's a
before.
natural human response.
Don't trust men.
Ludum will look over. I wasn't gagging. I was too busy drinking. He was gagging.
On this cock.
Well,
She hits the dab from on top of the landmine.
Everyone's still standing, 1 foot on the landmine, just hits the dab.
However, he will then turn his attention back to her. Listen. And he'll put his hand through the ground and onto the plunger of the device, physically holding it in place. You
Okay.
can simply be able to listen to me and just take my advice. He is waiting for you. Your lover will come back again, and when he does, you and him will be together. Go ahead and lift your foot up for you, darling. There is a very wide grin on Eludum's face.
This is all happening very quickly. I don't even know the
guy. How far away
guy.
is Neri from me?
About 10 feet.
Okay.
Now I'll say, there has been it's been word from on high. The mines are pressure sensitive because they are well made, so there'll be a need for a acrobatics check to not shift your weight.
Zalma's also for 20, has said. Mines are like, did you read that one? Well done.
Yes, that's
Oh,
why
nice.
you're
Okay,
on
sorry.
1 currently.
Oh, I sorry. Okay.
Don't worry.
Like I said, I walked away to the bathroom for like 2 seconds and I didn't get that part of it,
It's
so.
okay. Don't worry.
Yes,
Thank
they
you,
say,
Zalma's. Very
as
cool.
they say, love is an open door.
I do love that song.
Don't worry.
What are you
about
offering exactly?
That. Don't worry about that roll, Bell.
Me? I'm not offering anything. I just want you and your new lover to be able to see each other.
I stop using that word.
It sounds like he wants to kill you.
I'm just trying to get into the DMs. That's all.
Say
gonna
no more.
slide right
and
in.
he holds out his free hand towards you.
I will whack it
I
away
don't
with
trust
Take my hand, boys. Won't you shake this poor sinner's hand?
I will slap it
Yeah,
away with telekinesis.
excuse me. This seems like a
Keith
film
David.
I've seen before.
I will slap it away.
One day we'll
Cajun-
afford Keith David.
Cajun man is asking me to take
Everyone
his
else does
hand for
somehow.
some sort of deal. I don't think so. I've seen this movie.
What's a movie?
I
just
don't
sort
know.
of- I just sort of mutter into the void. Hadion, I'm very sorry about this.
It's okay. It's okay. I've been hiding for some time now.
There will be an icy stare that will go to the bag. Of course you've been fucking hiding. Where were you?
Dealing with this asshole. And as Hadion reappears, he's got one of the Kyles by the scruff of the neck.
See, you don't need that ghost's help. Hadion got you covered.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Question is,
And I've got some things to work through after all. My curse only works if you draw blood, and, well, I never met a ghost with blood. And he'll swing that cleaver, and now there's no longer a Kyle there.
I
You
guess
got-
Hadion doesn't got you.
A grin will go across Eluna's face. See? You did have it in you.
It's not about the ability, son. It's all about the oaths. I never shed blood. It's bad karma. These things are even worse.
You have to remember, Hadion.
He'll kind of spin the cleaver and just sheathe it on his hip. Now, you be good now. He'll pat the cleaver. You haven't had a good feud in a while now.
You have to remember, Hadion. Ghosts don't have blood. We have ectoplasm. And you can feel free to spread as much as you want.
Ectoplasm, it's a lot like hemolymph in bugs. It's not blood, so it doesn't count.
I agree. We do not.
Same with machines. I wish I had a run-in with that chap from earlier.
I don't think that would have been wise. However,
No, you'd be surprised. I'm
however,
aware of machines quite well.
true. However, have you gotten done with the ones that he's standing on?
I'll just use landscaping to basically rough up the ground around the landmine so I can actually kind of reach it
Oh dear.
from the
I
side.
think that's a bad idea because they're not pressure sensitive.
I've had a word in from on high.
Oh boy.
Click, click.
How many of them go off?
2.
Which ones?
Let's roll some d6s. It is the one below Neri and one I'll have to roll randomly which one of the ones it is. Okay, if it's evens, it's the previously fought diffused one. If it's odds, it's the one under comrade. Odds comrade it is. Okay, it's a very narrow. It's quite a narrow corridor, so it's chunky cells either way. So, could everyone in the room make me 2 reflex saves, please?
I'd like a reflex
Okie
save
dokie.
to body myself against Neri.
Oh, okay. Wait, why?
To get you away from the landmine at least somewhat.
She's lying. It's just because you're basically a massive boulder.
No. Eris, I'm actually like, I have full health.
Don't worry, I
Because
fail.
of one of the. Oh.
Okay, roll that d10,000, please.
I am on my way.
You're all okay. The only person so far who's passed. Okay, Jesus Christ, calm down. Okay,
Alright.
Mark's passed. Aiden's passed. DC is 15, by the way. 41, 42. Wait.
Uh-oh. Chunky skinwalker salsa.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm not sure if I can use that one, but
Could I try and interpose myself between the landmines and Eris?
I mean, the one I was standing on was at least had a rigid thing. I'd be jumping
Can
away
I-
from it.
Can I grab Eris, yeah, and roll away with my
Don't worry.
reflexes?
okay. I've got Sophie's choice right here in my fucking hand.
Oh,
What
do
does
you?
that
I can
mean?
either say anyone who cuts
Oh,
the target with a
oh,
blade
no,
can't
don't let her
speak to
know.
them till dawn. Which, I use a lot of Gish characters. That's basically like if they hurt you, they can't speak, so they can't cast for it until dawn. Or all target stats rise to their best score.
I mean,
Bruh.
1d2?
Bruh.
Okay.
May I be allowed?
Odds is roll it in the open. If it's an odd number, you take the stat boost. If it's an even number, you take the anti-mage thing. The
So 1d20 then instead?
Oh, it doesn't
Or
matter
just a
what
1d2?
Giga Chad Eris.
pick a dice, as long as it's like not a D3.
Okay, I will.
And Carl, you only want to. The mines do have ghost touch.
Can I roll a d12?
Wait, I'm rolling a D10,000. Why?
Oh no, just a reflex save.
Reflex
Yes, I
on
already
the
rolled me reflex.
mines.
Oh shit, you're 14 at the start. Okay, you failed it. Okay.
You have to roll another one since there's 2 mines going on.
Yeah, there's 2.
And I'll roll a d10. How about that?
Okay. Again, odds for the stat boost.
Well,
You jammy. Okay.
Fucking Giga Chad Eris.
okay,
What is your highest stat?
20.
Fucking Christ.
Bruh.
I always knew this would happen to me one day. We're free to close.
Well, I guess we know who's the navigator now.
Okay, do you want the perfect stats or do you want to roll on the fancy table?
Give me the stats, please.
You don't want to roll on the fancy table?
The fancy
It's
table
called
is the fancy table is a mutation chart, but I default to the superpowers chart.
I just worry. I'm already made out of the bones of a dead god. Okay?
It got sofa and it's just playing the Giga Chat thing.
Yeah.
What was in that mine?
I just catch all the splinters in the
Finally,
right,
Mine
acupuncture
Fura.
point. It's in the right acupuncture points. Like unlocks me. The shrapnel.
Finally, Giga Dogger.
Wait, so does it mean I get 20 in each ability
Yes.
thing?
Rules is rules. I've got to.
Alright,
I
let's
can't
see.
pussy out of it now. Well, that means I don't have to feel bad about this. What's about to occur to all of you? Okay.
Give me one moment.
First bomb. 12 points of piercing. It's piercing, bludgeoning, and fire damage.
I have 20 AC.
Second damage is 10 points of damage.
2 health left. Wait, no, it would be more now.
Don't forget to
due the
recalculate
bomb.
because your con has gone up.
Yeah.
Yes, that means I get 16.
I can't.
health.
I can't argue. I was in the commoner game in which we got shit like this on the regular, and I ended up invisible and in basically imperceptible by mortal means. So I've got a replay. So
Okay, I get 16 more. That means I have 40 health. Okay.
Congratulations, you're now 6 health under me.
Hope. I don't care.
she's got. You can't argue. She's got literally perfect statistics. She's 20 in every stat. By God.
Dang.
As the bomb goes off, the Ludums can feel it. It can feel the explosion coming. He just fucking leans there with his hand on the disabled mine.
Okay, it's a DC 15 for half. Oh, word in from Mazamez. Sympathy detonations from the other two. So I need another 2 reflex saves.
Thank you.
For everyone?
Yep.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Pain. Right.
Okay.
Wait.
Yes!
Holy-
D10,000, boy!
They can't all be good ones. I'm not being nice anymore. If I get a really nasty one, I'm going to make you get that one.
Question.
Yep.
Does reflex get anything from like dex?
Yes.
Like it's just a
The
modifier, right?
modifier. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Plus your base one.
That should help maybe a little.
Target's haunted by the endless screams of damn souls. You got that anyway. Okay, you're getting the nasty one.
No.
Target sealed in a bubble which air can't penetrate. You got prisoner orbed.
What?
Mob.
How much more damage, Bill?
Hang on. Hang on.
Also, can I?
If target sleeps more than 8 hours, he's struck by lightning.
Oh, and don't forget your reflex.
Oh, thank
There's
you.
2
I did.
more, and I'd like to help her with my 26 reflex. I rolled.
Okay, so am I stuck in the bubble then?
I'm going to go with haunted souls because otherwise you're just going to die in the fucking Kuma orb.
Alright.
In order to avoid giving the asphyxiation fetishists any more ammunition in the world, because let's face it, those motherfuckers deserve every hazard that happens to them.
Yes.
Here, get
Okay.
some fresh air.
9 and 11 damage, so a total of 20 damage from those two.
The Ludum begins to speak, and then the third bomb goes off, and then he finishes his sentence. I boom! Don't want to make a deal with her. I just want her to be able to see Kyle again. As he
And
then
fourth
ethereal,
bot-
as he ethereal sidesteps back over, he grabs 3 more packs of Evil Code Red and the water for Wheatling. He opens his mouth, sticks the wand inside, closes his mouth.
As all this is happening, Hadion just takes out an umbrella and opens it, and it's just completely unscathed. Because Hadion has evasion. Just give a fuck. Like, it's full ball like Samuel L. Jackson in the 51st State. You might want to click. You might want to stand behind this. So it's 22. It's 12, 10, 9, and 11. Don't dwell too much on that last one, considering the date. Is everyone alive?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a DC 15 check for half. So if you got below a 15, you take the full damage. Otherwise, you halve it.
What causes it to have?
You need to have a reflex save of 15 or higher.
Yes. And then it's only half done.
Yes. Unless you have evasion, then you ignore it completely. So now that everyone's a bit scuffed up, to say the very least, as these beautifully kept mines explode in showers of shrapnel.
Ouchie.
And you see the little flakes of shrapnel bounce off the walls and ricochet, tearing chunks from your flesh. You think that some of you might have lost a toe or two. One just leaps up and detonates at like precisely chest height.
Was it a base +4, or was it a lower number for the evil code red healing, Bill?
It is a... Yeah, so a 1d8 plus... I think it was 1d8 plus 3 on each one.
Okay. I can't do math. I have to re-roll that.
Everyone's a bit banged up. Do let me know if you want to rest or if you want to continue the death march. I mean, transit.
I think we should maybe rest.
We might want to have a little sit down, you know.
Yeah, I think maybe we should
Pick
take a
up the
little
toes.
bit of a just a.
We'll see whose toe
You
belongs
watch
to whom.
Hadion like open up like what appears to be a tobacco tin and take out a sewing kit. Oh, and a very small piece of wood.
That's a proper roll.
Like it would just about fit between someone's jaws.
Hmm.
It's got teeth marks on it.
You see Ludum go into the bag and pull out 3 pouches of evil code red and start downing them like a madman.
Not even double fisting the code red, quad fisting.
I would like to offer some salves for like the superficial wounds. Like
Hadion will busy himself with making sure no one loses any digits or limbs. Considering that a good chunk of you have got like chunks of calf muscle missing and such, and he will successfully prevent. There will be no permanent maiming from this flurry of explosions.
May I keep scars on Eris?
Yes, of course.
Very cool.
For that, you will get scars from this. You just won't get permanently named.
At least not disfigured.
Yeah. Nothing's been blown off.
The Ludum will go back and hero sidestep next to Neri again. And say,
Not even
"So,
Kyle got blown up.
I think that Kyle got axed out of existence by
Oh,
machete.
question. Did any of the shrapnel get towards Eris's eyes?
It did not.
Good. Since there is the thing of attack back, which I don't think would make sense with mines, but...
Yeah, with impersonal stuff, it doesn't really reflect. It just kind of ricochets. Also, I should show this, seeing as it was actually seen. This is the cleaver. It's a big cleaver, meat cleaver type weapon with a blunt spike on the back. Okay. Let me just make some quick rolls to see. What's the order of resting? Like, who's taking watch when?
Eris asks that she can just knock out from the get-go.
I already went before they were talking about it.
Baz would probably take the first watch of being awake. And after that, he would just sleep.
The ghost will volunteer to take an all-night watch.
Hadion he'll provide a backup watch and set up some security traps.
Also, as after the shrapnel stuff, Eris is just gonna use the honey she cried to apply. No bacteria can get in.
Okay.
That does mean I have an endless supply of honey.
Painted Bradley style honey blend.
Ugh.
It's Florida man grade.
Thought it was Ohio.
Nah, that's too highfalutin. Be that as well. The night passes seemingly uneventfully. Would anyone like to do anything special for the morning, or? Oh, please note down any fuel you might have expended. The last section, assume with all the movement and such, is about 3 hours.
I'm guessing one of us had some kind of light. We could have used at least somewhat during the night. So while we're resting, Carl uses ghost lights, though, I suppose,
Yeah.
just to keep some light on. I don't know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Iris would have
Everyone
given
awake?
her the rest of her like oil supply just to Baz, and relied on staying close to people for the moment,
Yeah.
like the last hours.
When everyone awakens, they will realize that the ghosts will have prepared equal portions of whey bread for each of them, and I'm going to roll on it 1d2 to see how many. Well, actually, no. 3, 4. There's 5 of us plus Hadion 6.
Don't forget to roll the percentage
Hadion
of what
has brought
is
his own.
beetles.
Hadion has brought his own supply, so he won't partake.
Okay, 5d2 then.
Iris,
Because the
we
one
see-
represents. Because each of the ones will represent which one are infested with weevils. Two of them are infested with weevils.
Okay. You can attempt to eat the weevil-infested ones, but you will need a fort save.
Does anyone want to attempt to eat the weevils?
No, thank you. She's not partaking. She's sleeping.
No, I'm good.
This is after
Actually,
sleeping's done.
Yeah.
She needs to be woken up to be awake.
Oh,
Twice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, fort is based on con?
Yes.
Yes.
It should auto-update once you update the stats on this
It
sheet.
did not. That's why I'm asking.
The bastard. But,
You will-
yeah, Hadion will wake you.
The ghosts will attempt to prepare 2 more. They are both infested with weevils.
Damn.
They will attempt to prepare 2 more.
Eris will keep her food away from the weevils that are probably spreading now on the floor.
One is infested with weevils. The little one will look over at him. Are you not going to help me? The look on Almon's face is one of sheer anger and also exhaustion. No. You know what you did. He will then laugh and try to prepare the last roll himself.
You notice that Hadion's collecting up the weevils.
This one was also infested with weevils.
Everyone you take out is like, just explodes into insects. I
second you
hate
put it
living
down.
down here.
Just so you know, Eris would not partake in your bread, so I think you should have enough for the others.
He will pass the weevil-infested bread to Hadion.
Take the motherfucking gluten out the bread. Okay. Hadion is just like, okay, I'll be real with you. It's a bait tin. He's going fishing after he's done extracting all of you out of this shithole.
I do love how we have gone deeper. Though he has to extract us.
Well, his main duty was to supply resources, which he can't. He hasn't technically done yet because he can't find them, because the tunnels are all shifted. So until he can regain the cache of supplies and give them to you, his job isn't done.
Yes.
Aludin will stick his head into the bag and he'll pick his head back out. Small problem. We have 8 loaves of whey bread remaining.
Then we'll have to move fast then.
Quite. He will then turn his attention and bring a fresh loaf of bread over to Neri.
Mmm.
He will hand you the bread.
Bread. Is this gluten free?
He will nod his head. He still has the giant grin on his face from last night.
Can Albert be a gluten-sniffing dog?
I don't see why not.
Does he smell gluten?
Does he smell gluten?
He does not smell gluten.
It's gluten free. I don't care if it's free. Take the motherfucking gluten
Gluten
out the bread.
Bread. All right.
If you don't see everyone have, if you've not seen Baku, go watch it. Not right now. Wait until the show's over, then go watch it.
But okay, I'll accept your gift of this gluten-free bread. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you still want to talk to Kyle?
Now that
Albert smells gluten.
Yeah, I actually would like to. I just thought it's just some, I don't want to, annoy him or anything. Just maybe just say like, "Hi, how's it going? Hey, like, how are you doing? Like, how's your day been? What have you?" We had like a creepy night in this horrible, dank, dark cave, fucking 3 kilometers under the fucking ground.
He lifts his hand towards you, still smiling. You can notice at this point that there is an audible waterwork happening over where Almond is sitting. He seems to be arguing with somebody that you can't hear.
So I have been handed a handout as wedged between 2 stones is a piece of paper.
Uh-huh.
It seems to be directly in adjacent to your position. It's some kind of like small pamphlet. It's been wedged between the stones by someone.
Can I get unwedge the pamphlet?
Roll a strength or dexterity check.
Your Dex.
You can't quite unwedge it. You might need a hand.
The ghost perks up next to you. Please, allow me. He goes and grabs some rope. He puts it on your good arm. He gets the other end of the rope. He ties it to your bad arm.
I can only think of that. Was it scary movie? Like, don't look at my bad arm.
Take my strong hand.
hand.
That has come up so often in the last 3 days for me. It's unreal. It really is.
Take my strong.
Scooby 2 is the best of the 3. I'm just gonna say that. I'm kind of amazing. 1 is like borderline unwatchable.
It really
3 is okay on a good day. 2's actually good.
He lays hand on your bad arm. He then lays hand on the rope attached to your bad arm and casts rope trick. He uses the rope trick's ability to pull massive weight to unwedge the rocks.
I will say this is only like a piece of paper that someone's like wedged. It's not. It's a bit overkill to wheel out the fucking winch. It's just a bit awkward to get to.
Can I use telekinesis to grab it?
Yeah, you can. It's just a little bit like, yeah.
There you go. I'll just hand it to Neri.
Oh, okay.
I won't make you expend the spell slot for that, but here you go.
I have it innate telekinesis, so I don't need to use
Thank you,
spells.
Captain at home, for this excellent piece of artwork.
Here's your inner monster.
Fuck's sake.
Now you have a guide to his heart.
There we go. Raise your inner monster.
Fucking
A mysterious pamphlet, I see. Okay.
Kyle's Guide to the Multiverse.
The ghost sees the title. See? He's writing to you. Go get him. And he keeps holding his hand out to you.
Well, I'd like to maybe take a look at this first. Can I at least flip through this pamphlet?
You may.
by all means. And you see that he's starting to float in the air with his chin on his fists like he's a schoolgirl in a goddamn show for Nickelodeon.
The person who reads it, please roll 3d6.
I suppose it's me. Oh, that was great.
Regain 6 hit points.
Okay. Well, I'm maxed.
Oh. Well, you just took a bunch of damage, did you not?
But she rolled the one thing.
No, that was
after
the mines.
Oh no! How much did it take from the mine? Because I didn't get. I never figured out what exactly I took.
I swear to Jesus Christ.
Okay.
No, dude, I did. I literally didn't. I asked about it. I even asked about it, and I didn't hear
11 from the first two, since you have half on that, and then you get 10, so 21 damage in total.
Oh, okay, 21 would have put me at.
I mean, better than getting full damage on all 4 of them.
Yeah, shit. Again,
I know. Apparently, taking full damage makes you fucking grow better stat. Oh, apparently everyone regains 6. Everyone could you roll 3d6 each.
Oh, for everybody?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's for me. So it's.
Everyone roll it individually. Okay, those are the hit points you regain.
Nice.
Also, you will get some cursory information on the story of Carl. So if you've seen the Seven Seraphs games, you now know it in character. Comrade wades in, just regrows all his limbs.
Damn, dude!
You're inspired. Fucking hell!
Is that socialist medicine finally paying off?
Just as a full-on Yakuza, that's rad. As you gain a new fucking fighting style.
I'm also using my salves on myself.
Yes. You can now roll knowledge checks regarding the events in Seven Seraphs. As long as they were events that Kyle was present for.
I forgot how much health I had before I fucked up.
So, Bill, how's Hell doing?
Hell got her fade round. Also, it is the major piece noted is that Stravath is still alive.
Huh.
That's the main piece of information you glean. Stravath being the proprietor of the broadcasting company that published this TV guide. Strange that the TV guide contains a full summary of the plot, but there we go.
For those without cable.
It's more of a novelization. It details everything from his first missions out in the field to the eventual foundation of the great mechanical shrine. The mobile mechanical walking shrine that travels the city. On its mechanical spider legs. Good times.
Did I miss a roll?
Oh, this is just to regain. If you're down any hit points, reading the true story of Kyle will let you regain 3d6.
Is there information inside of the book?
Everything about Kyle.
Yeah. No, it's dreadfully interesting. It just notes it just gives you the basics of the foundation of the cult of Kyle.
Look at this last chapter of the book about when he met this really cringe woman.
It's already added.
Rude.
No details how he's going to therapy.
Chapter 3, The Restraining Order.
There we go.
The lieutenant politely asks for the book. He stares at you as he waits for you to politely hand him the book. He bites into a ghost apple.
Hang on, no, there's a lot of theological implications as to the concept of a ghost apple. You need to not do that shit. There's a lot going on with that sentence. I don't like any of it.
I'm assuming Aiden muted herself.
Yeah, just because I was typing something. Yeah. Hello.
Also, from Saucy, well, Stray himself. Stray may have taken some artistic liberties in regards to the true story of Kyle.
Like it runs the gamut. It's like the Shinrikyo anime. it gets into weird stuff, but in very cursed ways.
It is
like
very,
it shows
positive about the cult of Kyle, it seems.
Yeah, it depicts the cult of Kyle as a bunch of monastic, like what's the word that Demon Souls uses? Monumentals, as opposed to a gaggle fuck of retards, which is what it actually is.
The ghost asks politely again for the Book of Kyle.
Oh god, that's
you
what
wanna-
it is.
Wait, you want to see it?
Yes,
But is it?
I'd like to read it.
Sure, I suppose. I don't like. Why not? Can you give it back to me though, please?
Absolutely.
Maybe some contact information on this.
I'm gonna contact Stray,
Don't you
like
worry.
a personal
I can
scoop.
I can do better than contact.
Oh god, it's like the people who like, oh, I want to get this person off. I'll message their Facebook friends and see if I can
God.
wrangle information like a fucking debt collector.
Yeah, why don't you send a message to his publisher?
He takes the book from you,
Stray
And he
would
starts
give
into-
out info.
and he starts intimately looking over every single page. That is not a very good role for intimately looking over every single page.
The picture on the left is these two pictures on the front cover. They are Kyle as a young human man, and Kyle in his mature ghost form.
Mm.
He then hands you it back.
You're seeing baby pictures of them, Aiden.
Ugh, I don't know about that. That's always
Well,
Stranger-
as in
that's-
human, and before ghost.
No, I know. Actually, you know what? I don't even know if I've seen. Have I seen baby pictures of you, Bill? I think I have. I think your mom showed me like one or two.
As he
Bill
hands-
refuses to respond.
as he hands you the pamphlet back, he folds his hands into a small little hand pyramid, and his eyes roll back inside of his ghostly skull.
I'm fucking done.
You okay?
Yeah, I was showing out.
I wasn't sure if that was in character or not. That was.
It didn't be like that simple.
He pops into his mindscape for about 5 seconds. You don't want to do the sound effect, Bill?
Hmm.
He directs his mouth over towards the upper floor of the house where he originally was able to see the presence detected before it started to fade out. If you do not get out of my head, I will make sure she talks to you. And he then pops back out, not even waiting for an answer.
So, okay. Excellent work. Right. Hey, Dion will chime in to you guys. We may want to get a move on. We're really burning through what light we have.
Alright, let's.
I've done a little scanning ahead. Looks like we're about to break into a major tunnel network.
The
You want to keep your wits about you? It may get hairy.
Ghost's eyes roll back into his head normally. Very well, it's good going. He puts his
Parents will
arm
have Albert.
near you.
Behold, the actual dungeon that we've been working towards for several fucking months now.
I didn't know.
As you stumble across the rails, what seems to be a system of carts and sconces.
We're gonna go Donkey Kong.
Each of the sconces emits a sickly yellowish light,
Bill, just so you know.
Yes.
I ping on the map, there you go.
It's not showing from my end.
We can see one of the.
Oh, that. Yeah, that's by design. You can hear it too.
Okay.
Clink, clink. Hang on.
I'm just making sure.
The clinking of pickaxes on stone.
Hmm.
Clink, clink, clink. And it's from all around this set of tunnels. The echoes of the clinking of metal on stone. Light taps.
Seems we've been transported into someone's Minecraft server.
Oh no, it's a Dom billing the mines again.
It's a good thing Oozler's not here. We could have got in trouble.
Oh no, it's Bill's home.
It's far too
Bill's
organised to be one of
home's the
mine.
sea.
True, it's not schizophrenic enough.
Oh god. The Roll20's really struggling to even render this. Okay, don't need this. Cheap for that. Okay. And because Roll20 is running like shit currently, I believe with the arrival here at the mines proper, we'll leave it there for this evening.
That sounds good to me.
Because it is lagging so badly I cannot move the map around. Okay, with that done, ladies and gents, I hope everyone's had a good time. And we'll hope to see you all again next week.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, happy 4th of July to all of our American friends.
Happy 4th of a month.
Happy America.
Revolt.
No.
Happy America Revolt Day.
Merry freedom.
Happy,
No.
yeah.
Get better cheese.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
With that in mind, I think we'll leave you all here, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the regular Broken Crown stream, because we've got some political shit to talk about tomorrow. But thank you all for hanging out and watching, and hope you, again, had fun. We'll see you next week, and bye-bye!
Ella Bashoy.
And neither your pets.